experience, Karen. I mean, they have one 30-year-old in the entire squad. That's Roselot Bourgella, who plays up front, and the rest of them, the oldest is 26.
Yeah, you know, I think sometimes it's really, really difficult to be that one solo senior player because everyone kind of looks up to you, you know, for what do we do in this type of situation. But I think what Haiti does have is incredible amounts of athleticism, enthusiasm, and I'm really interested to see tonight, you know, are we going to see them drop off and kind of go into a mid to low block at times? Or are they going to really come out and go at England and just go for it? So yeah, really a lot of interesting performance questions tonight.
Well, here we go. The European champions will get us underway here in Brisbane as they take the knee at the start of this match. The message against racism still clear. So, England, the European champions, looking for World Cup glory, get us underway here in Brisbane against World Cup debutants Haiti, playing from left to right in this first half. And as England are in possession inside their own half, we can take you through the lineup. So Mary Earps is in goal. The back four of Lucy Bronze, Millie Bright, Jess Carter and Alex Greenwood. Ahead of them it's Ella Toon, Kira Walsh and Georgia Stanway, with Chloe Kelly, Lauren Hemp supporting Alessia Russo up top. 6 of those starting tonight started on that wonderful evening at Wembley, almost exactly a year ago as England won the Euros, but they've given the ball away here, and here comes the Haiti captain Narila Mondesia, plays it to the star teenager Jumone. She's forced to the right-hand side of the penalty area, where it's picked up by Bachiba Louis, another bright attacking talent. One back on that left-hand side by Alex Greenwood, and here goes Lauren Hemp bursting forward. She's run into trouble just as she approached the halfway line. And Bachiba Louis will pick it up once more on the right wing for Haiti, who've made a bright start. Here's Jumone, plays the ball into the area, nervily away by Jess Carter, and Haiti have a corner inside the opening 2 minutes. What a start from the World Cup debutants, who are ranked 49 places below England.
Yeah.
No fear whatsoever.
This is fantastic, Vix. I mean, I think we knew that, well, I felt like after watching Haiti in a few games in the build-up to this, we knew that they probably were not going to sit back. They're going to take the game to England. And we've seen already in terms of transition, they're happy to go and press. And they're very, very athletic. And if England take them for granted, I think Haiti might cause them some problems.
So corner to Haiti early on here in Brisbane from the right-hand side. A first set-piece test for England. It's driven towards the penalty spot, no red shirt there, and intercepted by Alessia Russo, who's roared on by the thousands of England fans here in Brisbane. Out to the left-hand side she goes and finds Chloe Kelly, who will play it back to Alex Greenwood, and forward now to Kira Walsh on the halfway line. But Serena Wiegman said in the build-up to this, didn't she? There's always pressure on England because people expect England to win. There's Ella Toon, a couple of lovely drag backs. Second one finds Lucy Bronze into the penalty area. Tried to play it to Russo, lays it off to Stanway, looking to work room for the shot, can't do so. Comes out to Greenwood, played in by Hemp, cleared away by Haiti, out for a corner by their centre-half Jennifer Lemage. What a start this is, end-to-end,
it's great. It's absolutely fantastic. We're seeing a lot of really great, intricate play along both sides of the flanks so far. A lot of 2v1s. Georgia Stanway receiving the ball at the edge of the area. You know, I think Chloe Kelly's going to have a lot of joy. Lauren Hemp's going to have a lot of joy on the flank tonight. We just need to make sure that that quality of the delivery is there, but Haiti are going to have a lot of defending to do tonight, I think.
So the white shirts are dotted in and amongst the red ones in the penalty area as England prepare to take this corner kick from the left-hand side. Swung deep into the 6-yard box. Lucy Bronze was there, went for the header, got a deflection on the way through, and it will be another England corner. Karen.
Really nice delivery in from Chloe Kelly. Look, just slightly curling into just the edge of the 6 on this near side, and Lucy Bronze just rose to meet it, but unfortunately just kind of missed time. But pretty well defended from the Haitian defender in terms of getting some body on Lucy to kind of really put that connection off.
Well, she can be such a threat in the air, can't she, Lucy Bronze? She's peeled off that Haiti defence again, just on the edge of the penalty area, as Alex Greenwood comes over to take this corner from the near side. 3.5 minutes played, goalless here on 5 Live as Greenwood swings the ball in. It's headed away once more by Haiti inside the 6-yard box. Greenwood picks it up once more, plays it to the penalty spot, headed away once more by Haiti, this time out of the penalty area. Lovely control by Kelly, who curls the ball in. And it's a first save, a straightforward one for the Haiti #1, Curly Teus.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really important for England tonight to make sure they're nice and positive. Yes, they will have a lot of opportunities, but not to get frustrated in case, you know, they don't convert those chances straight away.
Haiti win the ball on the halfway line. And they've won a set piece as well. Initially, our referee from Venezuela, Emeka Calderas, gestured the other way, but everyone looked at her rather confusedly, and she said, no, it is, in fact, a free kick to Haiti. Goalless here on 5 Live and across the ABC, across Australia. Welcome to listeners who are joining us. Haiti play the free kick forward towards the England penalty area, cleared away by Millie Bryant. Header won by Georgia Stanway, picked up by Dumorne. But Stanway's there once again, and Millie Bryant will play it to Lucy Bronze.
Yeah, I think straight away you can see that the midfield is really compact here in England, for England, especially focusing on Dumorne.
Ball over the top, looking for the run of Elatoon. Haiti deal with it initially, but Hemp wins it back. Interception will fall in the area to England. And again, it's straight at Curly Teus, but Alessia Russo making that run. And we're starting to see already, Karen, aren't we, that link-up play between England. And so positive it so often is between Toon and Russo, both involved in that move.
It's great. There's a great feel out there on the pitch, I think, especially like I was saying in the midfield, really getting close together to kind of link up play and support underneath with Russo to play in behind. So really, really exciting stuff from England today.
Here goes Mondesir though, for Haiti, finding Dumorne down this left-hand side, approaching the penalty area, taking on Jess Carter, who stands up well. Dumorne still has it for Haiti, the 19-year-old. Plays it into the penalty area, almost skipping past both Carter and Lucy Bronze, but Lucy Bronze just about did enough. Dumorne trying to win it back for Haiti. But England do play the ball out to the left-hand side, and Lauren Hemp. But you can see already why Dumorne is rated as one of the best young players in the world, and why she's earned herself that move to Lyon this summer.
She's so athletic, she's really intricate, and she's got good control with her feet. Her movement is really well balanced, and you can tell that there's a lot of good relationships with Mondesir and the rest of the Haitian attack.
England in possession on the halfway line. Goalless here in Brisbane in their Women's World Cup opener. Here is Millie Bryant, just outside the centre circle. Says she likes to think her personality doesn't change, whether she has the armband or not, as Alessia Russo just about holds on to that ball for England, but is dispossessed and has given the free kick away as well. So Haiti have a set piece just outside the centre circle. Good play there in midfield by Shirley Judy. They've started well, Haiti. They are not overawed one bit on this stage, and that is real credit to them, because it was such a huge thing to qualify. It's a country that off the pitch has gone through so much in the last decade, politically. Of course, the 2010 earthquake as well, that horrified the world and resulted in such a loss of life. They have fought against some horrendous things in their own nation, and to be able to be here at their first Women's World Cup, and they're acquitting themselves so well so far.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic start for this Haitian team. I think, like I said earlier, they're very athletic, very excited about being here and putting the right foot forward to kind of represent their country and everything that they've been through over the last, well, quite a long time. But, you know, I don't think this England team will have underestimated them. I think maybe we've seen a few sloppy passes in the build-up so far, maybe initially from Millie Bryant. She's just kind of getting her eyes back in. But ultimately, I think this is going to be a really exciting game.
Now, play has stopped, and having said all that about Haiti's positive start, this is a concern, because Dumorne has gone down. Their star player, she's just down outside the centre circle. The Haiti medical staff are on. Well, this is the very, very last thing that Haiti need. Melchie Dumorne, and there's concern from her teammates. 5 or 6 red shirts gathered around her, and they will hope, Haiti, that this is a temporary problem, as their manager Nicolas Delapine watches on, arms folded in his technical area.
Yeah, she didn't look happy, but you know, the magic spray is out, so hopefully that will solve all the ailments. But it didn't look like it was kind of a nasty challenge. It was just kind of like, you know, a slide tackle from Russo, some contact, maybe a bit of a twist of the ankle, but she seems okay.
Well, she is up to her feet. She has her right arm around the shoulder of one of the Haitian medical staff, and she is gingerly making her way off the pitch. So goalless here on 5 Live and on the ABC across Australia, as Dumorne continues to receive treatment. England play on. Haiti temporarily down to 10. Here goes Lucy Bronze for England, down the right-hand side, pulls the ball across to the edge of the area. Layoff almost finds Kira Walsh. Bourgeois is back there, trying to win the ball for Haiti and does get a foot in. It's England almost look as though they could concede a free kick, and they do so midway through the Haiti half. She just takes her time, doesn't she, the referee, just to give herself a bit of thinking time, but it is another Haitian set piece as Dumornay waits on the far side to come back on.
But I'm really enjoying, you know, the attack in terms of the aggression from this England side, Vix. And you know, what I also really enjoy is the fact that Keira Walsh is really getting in advanced positions and looking to support that attack.
Haiti in possession on the halfway line. 9.5 minutes played. Still goalless in this Women's World Cup opener for England. Cleared away by Haiti, but England will intercept just inside the Haiti half. And here goes Stanway out to the right-hand side. And Chloe Kelly with that pink headband, trying to get down to the byline. Good defending by Kethna Louis, another for Haiti who plays in the French top flight. Big player for them. But her ball is over the head of Roselaw Bourgella on the halfway line.
I do think we're going to see a lot of that. I'm afraid I think we're going to see a lot of that. As the game goes on, you know, just kind of a dump ball into the channel, and, you know, I think Haiti will probably just drop into a low block, mid-low block as we see here, and just try to really, really frustrate England.
Former England goalkeeper Karen Bardsley alongside us here on 5 Live and the ABC here in Brisbane. As England come down the left-hand side, here goes Lauren Hemp taking on Petit Frere, the Haitian right back who stands up well, and so Keira Walsh will pull it back to Alex Greenwood. Here is Hemp once more. England hemmed in over on that far side, so they go all the way back to Jess Carter, who squares it to Millie Bright. Just a word on that selection decision. Carter alongside Bright and Greenwood at left back. We'll get Karen's thoughts on that in a moment as Kethna Louis wins the ball just on the edge of the penalty area. England putting on the pressure, but Haiti have done well, and Dumornay, who's back on the field, which is excellent news for the World Cup debutants, sprays the ball out to the right-hand side. Good pass, it's collected by Bathsheba Louis, the top scorer of the Haitian national team, and she plays it back to Jennifer Lemage. Haiti win the throw on the halfway line. So I'll bring you in on England's back line, because that was one of the big tactical questions, wasn't it, going into this tournament?
Yeah, no, it definitely was. You know, I think Jess Carter, she's obviously got a relationship in terms of, you know, her performances at Chelsea with Millie Bright already on that right centre half side. And I think in terms of Alex Greenwood, we've seen that, you know, she's incredibly competent in that centre back position, but she's also got a fantastic wand of a left foot. You know, she can spray passes, long, medium, short, and she's already got that relationship again with Lauren Hemp on that left side at Manchester City. So yeah, in terms of how she's going to get tested tonight, I don't think we're going to see massive 1v1 duels. I think we're going to see a lot of transitional stuff in terms of closing the space and killing off counterattacks. So perhaps that's why Serena Wiegman's gone for that option.
Here is Carter, plays it to Greenwood, midway through the Haiti half, down the left-hand side. Her ball forward won't find Ella Toon, but the ricochet will. Keira Walsh picks it up, plays it forward, looking for Lauren Hemp. Haiti to get the foot in once more, and Bathsheba Louis tries to bring the ball away. She's gone down again. This time the referee doesn't blow the whistle. Thought she might there, looked as though the whistle was to the lips, but doesn't do so. And here is Stanway, plays it out to the right-hand side, and Lucy Bronze. A little short for Kelly, but she comes short to receive it. Plays the ball into the air, it's over the head of Russo, comes all the way to Hemp, who plays it back in. Russo's in there, half wins the header, spins out to Toon. Stanway launches from the edge of the area, and it's high and over the bar, 0-0.
Yeah, you can see what Chloe Kelly's doing there. She goes to cut inside, and when she does that, she compacts and gives the centre backs and the full backs really, really difficult questions to answer, because you've got an overlapping Lucy Bronze into that near side channel for us. And so, you know, Chloe Kelly's able to really put a nice service in and finds Alessia Russo, and Ella Toon's there for the second balls as well. So again, loads of opportunities we're going to see tonight.
Bourgella does well to hold off England on the halfway line, and is found by Dumornay. Here's Bourgella into the area, drags the shot wide. Mary Earps had it covered, but the first real opening of the game, unless we count that half chance for Stanway that just flew over the bar, has gone to Haiti.
And Bourgella is a very, very dangerous player. She's incredibly skillful. You know, she's got a good left foot, she's got a nose for goal, and she strikes the ball really, really well. So I think that's going to be a threat tonight from those runs in behind. And Dumornay has a great relationship with her, and knows like just how she likes that ball delivered in terms of, you know, into space or into feet.
England in possession midway through their own half. Yes, Bourgella is the veteran of the squad, the 30-year-old that we mentioned, and again is one of those who plays in the French top flight. Just 3 goals in 18 league appearances for Dijon this season, but still their joint top scorer. Again, you can, as Karen says, see the connections as the ball goes out of play for an England throw. So goalless here on 5 Live, and on the ABC across Australia as England break down the left-hand side, but it's cleared away by Tabitha Joseph, one of the Haitian centre-halves, and out for an England throw. There will be, if there is any play, coverage of the Ashes, day 4 of the 4th test, over on 5 Sports Extra. If the rain lets up, it's not looking hopeful so far. And we will have updates from round 3 of the Open throughout the day for you here on 5 Live as well. And mornings, hopefully, will come a regular routine for you. We'll be covering every single England game live from Australia here for the Women's World Cup. As Kelly plays the ball into the area, header back across by Hemp, clever looping header. Russo can't reach it at the far post, and Haiti just about do enough to get it away, and it's given as a goal kick rather than a corner. And again, Lauren Hemp, it's almost one of those you wonder, is she going for goal? Is she trying to find Russo?
No, she was definitely going back across goal. I think she saw that Alessia Russo was just around the edge of the around to the edge of the 6, and just kind of waiting for a tap in. But yeah, unfortunately, that just never came.
So Chloe Kelly is down on the byline here. The referee from Venezuela, Emeka Calderas, is just gone across to make sure that England's Wembley heroine is all right. All right, we've talked about the backline tactical decision. Then what about Russo in ahead of Daly?
Right, yeah, that's an interesting one. I think, again, it's trying to figure out what Serena wants out of this game as well. You know, Alessia, you know, in terms of being a striker, what we can expect to see from her is she's going to set the press, she's going to set the tempo. You know, she's going to try and close off the pitch and make it as small as possible to get the numbers around in terms of, you know, getting those turnovers as well. But, you know, she's going to be asked to pin the center backs, like ask them, you know, am I going to go right, am I going to go left?
Now, we're having a pause in play before we restart because VAR are checking for a possible penalty. We mentioned that Chloe Kelly was down on the byline. Coming together between Pierre-Louis and Chloe Kelly. And our referee from Venezuela, Emeka Calderas, is waiting to see what VAR think of this. So possibly a penalty for England, and we're just seeing a close-up there. There is a bit of a gash on Chloe Kelly's leg underneath the shin pad. Now, of course, you know, comings together can lead to that, but what do we think, Karen? A possible spot kick for England?
Well, I mean, that doesn't happen by accident, does it? It doesn't just voila appear, you know. And so, yeah, she's got a nice little graze going right down the center of her shin. I didn't see the incident in real time, but...
Oh, she's coming to the screen. She's coming to the screen, right. And are we to have yet another penalty at this Women's World Cup? There have been so many so far. England's players are coming over as well to have a word with the technical staff, but could England be about to be awarded a penalty? We're having a look again. It's Pierre-Louis who's trying to clear the ball, and she does catch Chloe Kelly. It's a poor challenge.
That's very high.
And this could well be a penalty for England. It's right on the byline. The ball is still in play. Kelly's still in play. The challenge is in play. Penalty, Karen Bardsley?
Yes, absolutely. Pierre-Louis comes down from a high position, stud showing, and grazes Chloe Kelly's leg. So that's, for me, that's a penalty.
Well, the referee is continuing to have a look at this. It will be announced in the stadium. That's one of the new things they brought in for this Women's World Cup. It is high. It grazes right down that shin of Chloe Kelly. They'll be checking the attacking phase of play as well. There is a coming together with Russo and Tabitha Joseph. So that, it looks like, is what they're looking at now. Was there a previous foul? And that is the only reason I can see why this might not be given, if they think that Russo has fouled Joseph just before, and the knees do knock together. And I have to say that the foul on Kelly looks as though it would be a penalty, but if they decide that actually Russo has committed the foul first, then this won't be given for England.
Understood.
Karen?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It is a bit of a clumsy challenge, but you can see Russo's just trying to get to the ball first, and unfortunately the Haitian defender is in the way.
So we're going to have it announced here in the stadium, or we should do. So no penalty, foul in the build-up.
Is that what she said? I couldn't quite hear it.
It was, yeah. It echoes around the stadium.
I'm glad you heard it.
Serena Wiegman doesn't. Well, I did a bit of lip reading as well, to be honest.
Wow, you've got really good eyesight. Yellow card.
And it will be a yellow card. Let's see who that was shown to. Was that Pierre-Louis? Yep, so she's been booked for the challenge because it was a poor challenge, but it's not been given as a penalty because they've called the play back. They've seen that earlier foul. from Alessia Russo. And as you say, Karen, it was unfortunate, really, in terms of Russo, but you have to say, if you were Haiti, you would say, well, hang on a minute, you know, there's been a separate foul in the build-up to that.
I think the referee got that absolutely spot on, to be honest. I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate that Chloe Kelly now has a pretty large scrape on her shin, but no, in terms of the rules of the game, that was handled well, I think. So
Diana Pierre-Louis, who made the challenge on Chloe Kelly, is into the book. No penalty to England. And it will be throw to England over on that far side. But yes, going back to Alessia Russo and Rachel Daly, what does Russo bring that Serena Wiegmann?
Yeah, I think Russo likes to drop deep a bit more and connect with the midfield, you know, and that allows space to run in behind as well. You know, and you've got willing runners like Georgia Stanway.
Here come England down the right-hand side, 0-0 with Haiti. Kelly finds Bronze down to the byline, pulls the ball back under pressure. Kelly then swings the ball in and was challenging Russo in there. She's been penalised after challenging with Haiti's #1, Curly Teus. And the Haiti goalkeeper has stayed down here, but that's what Russo does. She's so good in terms of that movement.
Well, we were just saying, you know, in terms of what she brings, that's exactly what she brings. She loves a run across the near post space, loves a run across the goalkeeper. She's fantastic in the air. She's willing to get anything, you know, on the end of the ball. But can I just say, that's really, really brave goalkeeping from the Haitian goalkeeper.
Well, she's back up to her feet as well, Curly Teus, and preparing to take this free kick for Haiti just inside their own penalty area. Remember, reaction to this match with all the rest of the Women's World Cup news is on the Football Daily. You can download that from BBC Sounds. We'll have interviews from the England camp, news from the tournament on the Football Daily all throughout the competition, which runs until mid-August, 20th of August. That's the final in Sydney. That's where England are hoping to get to, but it's goalless here. Midway through the first half against a Haitian side ranked 49 places below them, making their World Cup debut against the European champions, who so far have held their own well. But here come England down the left-hand side. Tabitha Joseph is across. Here's the ball out of play for an England throw. Karen Bardsley.
Again, lovely channel ball from Lauren Hemp down that far side for the run from Alessia Russo outside. Inside to outside.
Here come England down the left-hand side once again. Here is Russo, trying to use that strength to hold off Limage, but can't do so. Haiti will play the ball up to the halfway line. It's a poor clearance though, picked up by Kira Walsh, who slides it through. A lay-off by Russo to Toom. That old Manchester United connection trying to bear fruit. And Haiti clear the ball away. One back by the head of Kira Walsh in the centre of the park. Shirley Judy will pick it up and play it out to the right-hand side where Batsheva Louis waits. Does well, good strength to hold off Lauren Hemp. As Haiti look to work it down that right-hand side. They're still midway through their own half though. Played in fields. As they work it now over the halfway line. Here is Bourgella, their striker, who's been isolated at times, but they do commit numbers forward, Haiti. This is not a performance of a side that are going to put 11 behind the ball. They love to attack. They've been organised defensively so far, winning the one-on-one duels. England have won that one with Russo down the left-hand side up against Limage. It's gone out of play for a corner. Limage has stayed down here. I think Haiti would have quite liked a free kick, but instead it's an England corner. 0-0 on 5 Live and on the ABC across Australia. Yeah, I was just watching there, and it looks like some spaces are really starting to appear in terms of, you know, the England distances to the Haitian players, and I'm wondering, you know, in terms of first and second balls, can England's midfield squeeze a bit higher? Can the defensive back line squeeze a bit higher to force that midfield up the pitch? Well, Limage has stayed down here, as we say, and the Haitian medical staff are on once more. They have been very impressive so far, but then Haiti as well. Nobody expected them to qualify for this World Cup. They had to go through the playoffs. They beat Senegal 4-0 in the semi-finals, and yes, Senegal were ranked 29 places below them, but still was very impressive. And then a real upset in the final, the Intercontinental playoff final. They beat Chile 17 places above them. Dumornay got a brace, including a brilliant opener on the angle against one of the best goalkeepers in the world, Christiane Endler, who will be her new teammate at Lyon. Yeah, I think that was a bit of, it certainly was a shocking result. I don't think anyone expected that at all, but I think in the build-up again to this tournament, the CONCACAF qualifiers, some of the friendlies they've played, you know, they played the US, you know, and I think there you could see the versatility of this squad. You know, they were flexing between, you know, a 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2. You know, there was even at one point, I think, they were playing 4
2-2-2 with a box in the midfield. So they're not afraid to try things. Like I said in the build-up to this, Vicky, like they're all really young. They don't know what they don't know at times, you know, but they're also so keen to go out and make a really good impression.
Well, Amage is up to her feet, but only just. She's limping off, so Haiti once more down to 10 without one of their centre-halves as they defend this corner from the far side, which will be taken by Chloe Kelly. Out to the left-hand side she goes. The white shirts mostly clustered around the penalty area, now making the run. One of them's Russo, Bright's up there as well. It's towards Bronze again. Bachibalui wins the header. They're all appealing for it, and it's been given as a goal kick when England aren't too happy with that. But again, they've defended set piece as well, Haiti.
Yeah, they have. I mean, their structure is good on the whole, I think, in set piece terms. My concern for Haiti is in play. I think some of the defenders tend to lose their England marks. So I think, you know, continuing to whip those crosses into the likes of Alessia Russo could become troublesome, especially if they're curling away and in that quote-unquote corridor of uncertainty, Vix.
Well, Amage is still off the pitch. Again, we haven't restarted yet. They're checking for another possible penalty to England and a potential handball. And again, the referee's gone to the screen very quickly this time. We've not seen a replay of the initial incident. But England, who could have been awarded and would have been awarded a spot kick earlier in this match, were it not for an earlier foul by Russo in the build-up. But here we go. We're seeing the replay. It's Bachibalui. Oh, what is she doing? What is she doing? That's got to be a penalty. She's got both hands up like she's playing basketball. It just brushes her fingertips. This is where they'll be looking at the ball, which has a sensor in it. Does it touch her hands? If it does, that is one of the clearest penalties you'll ever see. What is she doing?
No, you can't argue with that.
Well, she's made the VAR screen. Here's the announcement. Penalty kick. Handball. Well, this is the thing, they announce it, and as soon as they say penalty, everyone roars, and then you can't hear the reason why they give it, but it's pretty obvious. It's the clearest handball you'll ever see. What was she thinking?
They've just shown the replay.
And they've shown the replay, and the crowd, you can hear the response. I don't think anybody can believe it. Honestly, it is like a basketball
She's
move.
going for the alley-oop, Vix.
So, here we go. England's penalty taker, Georgia Stanway, who has been so reliable from the spot for the Lionesses since assuming this responsibility. She's up against Curly Teus to get England in front against Haiti in this Women's World Cup opener in Brisbane, here on 5 Live and on the ABC across Australia. It's Stanway against Teus from the spot for England. Straight run up. Oh, Teus, what a save! What a save from the Haitian #1. She's surrounded and celebrated with by those red shirts, by her teammates who have to switch on quickly. England have taken the corner quickly. The referee's not happy with how quickly they've taken it. What a save, Karen Bardsley. It's still 0-0.
Wow, I mean, Georgia Stanway, you don't often see her miss. It was a perfect height for the goalkeeper to the goalkeeper's right. Really kind of slightly curved approach, but maybe not enough. But yeah, that's unfortunate for England. And maybe there was encroachment. Looks like the referees.
Yes, possible offence by goalkeeper. Oh, VAR's had a busy, 27 minutes or so.
Wow, retake.
This might be a relief for England. Yes, it is. Retake.
This is intense, Vic. I need to sit down.
She must have come off her line. Offence by goalkeeper is all they're saying, but that's got to be what it is. Let's have a look. And she is off her line. One of the reasons why it was a great save. So, England gets another chance.
Wow.
Carly Teus looking to pull off more heroics. Goodness me, what drama. It's Stanway from the spot again for England. Second attempt, straight run up again, and this time she scores. She goes the same way. This time Teus took a step to the other side. Low into the corner from Georgia Stanway. And England do have the lead against Haiti. Their World Cup is up and underway. England 1, Haiti 0.
Oh, that's fantastic from Georgia Stanway. to keep that composure and to trust yourself and to go again is completely psychological when you have to do something like that. I mean, what a fantastically emotional moment for both of those players. Teus from the heights of making an immense save in a World Cup, and the disappointment for Georgia Stanway in terms of missing, and then immediately having to retake it. I mean, that is composure right there.
And a big clenched fist and a roar from Serena Wiegmann. We don't often see much emotion for her down on the touchline, but it just shows a bit of relief in there, I think, from the England manager. Long way to play, but Haiti have posed a stiffer test than many thought they might, ranked 49 places below England. But it is the Lionesses who have the lead here as Haiti win the ball just inside their own half and will come again down this left-hand side, but the ball out is intercepted by Chloe Kelly, and here come the Lionesses once more. It's Kelly down the right-hand side. She has the option of Ella Toone. Finds Georgia Stanway instead. Stanway is dispossessed, and Haiti will stab it forward looking for Jumorne. They've won the free kick as well. Pierre-Louis going down, so Haiti set piece midway through their own half, and Haiti being forced into a change. Jennifer Limage will not be able to continue. She's coming off, and she is replaced by Rutini Mathurin. Well, that is a blow for Haiti. Mathurin on, and that's early change having to be made by Nicolas Delapine.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Haiti this early on. It'll be interesting to see how the defender that, you know, that just come into the middle of a World Cup game is going to be able to find that flow straight away. I can imagine that England would probably kind of dump some balls right on her. Alessia Roos is going to stand on her toes and make sure that she knows that she's in a World Cup game right now.
England in possession over on the far side as the ball is played forward to Lauren Hemp. England leading by a goal to nil. 31 minutes played as Hemp burst down that left-hand side, but she's been penalised for a foul, and it will be a free kick to Haiti midway inside their own half. It's been breathless, Karen Bardsley.
It really has. I mean, my goodness me. In all honesty, we probably could have been up like 2 or 3-0 already. But, you know, I'm certainly relieved myself that that penalty managed to get converted.
Yep, a retake from Georgia Stanway after Teus came off her line in saving the first one as Haiti come down the right-hand side, and Jess Carter will get there first, plays it all the way back to Mary Earps, who's closed down very quickly. He is away up towards halfway. Lauren Hemp jumping for the ball. Haiti get there first, and it will be a throw to England just inside their own half.
You know, Demorne has been a real pleasure to watch, the Haitian attacking midfielder. She's really quick, you know, but the thing I love the most is that she's not afraid to take people on 1v1 as well. But yeah, I can't remember if it was Kira Walsh or if it was Ella Toone on the opposite side, but she nutmegged her, and I had a little giggle to myself because she loves doing that to people.
Yeah, brilliantly skillful player, just 19. Melchi Dumorne, as Lucy Bronze picks it up on the right-hand side. Played forward to Stanway, who finds Kelly. Intercepted by Haiti, who play it forward. Mathurin just come on, defending well over on that left-hand side. England have won it back though, and here is Chloe Kelly. Plays it in field to Kira Walsh. Ball over the top for Lucy Bronze. Cleared away by Haiti, and Kelly will let it bounce, but got a nick off an England player on the way through. It will be a throw to Haiti midway inside their own half. England leads by the goal to nil.
Yeah, it's great build-up play. I mean, you can see the side diamond here on this near side. You know, Millie Bright's at the bottom of the diamond, and Alessia Roos is at the top, and you've got the likes of Kira Walsh trying to create overloads on this right side channel for England, and the Haitians are just a little bit slow to press.
England have won the ball back from that Haitian throw. Jess Carter has it just inside the Haiti half, out to the left-hand side, and Alex Greenwood in field to Carter once again. Now Millie Bright, just inside the England half still. The Lionesses leading by a goal to nil here on 5 Live on the ABC across Australia. Back to the left-hand side, England go to Greenwood, forward now to Walsh, and back to Carter, and England just settling into their rhythm. And it's one of the things that Ellen White said here on 5 Live before this game kicked off, hoping for the early goal, but England have really had to work for this against a resilient and also entertaining when they go forward Haitian side. And given the fact that they haven't scored, or hadn't scored we should say, in their last 3 games, England, if you count that behind closed door friendly against Canada, which is perhaps a little bit unfair, but you know, Portugal 0-0 and losing 2-0 to Australia, which ended the 30-match unbeaten run under Sarina Wiegman. I don't think there were any questions about whether England would score at this World Cup, but it had just started to creep into the conversation, hadn't it?
It did. I mean, partially that was our fault, isn't it, in the media, I suppose. But no, I think there will be an enormous feel of relief in terms of just getting on the score sheet.
Almost given away by England. Millie Bright clears under pressure from Nerelia Mondesir, the Haitian captain. As England play the ball forward too much on it, and it will go out of play for a Haitian goal kick as the centre-half, who's had to come off injured, Jennifer Lemage, is stretchered around the pitch. She's been receiving a lot of treatment over there on that far side and is now being applauded around Brisbane Stadium, and such disappointment for her and for Haiti as well. And Nicolas Delapine, their manager, again sitting in his technical area in his blue suit, watching on with some concern. Ball is played all the way back to Kelly Teus, closed down quickly but does clear away. Greenwood intercepts for England just inside the Haiti half, and Russo will play it out to the left-hand side, and Lauren Hempford sliding challenge by Tabitha Joseph. The ball will go out of play off Lauren Hemp, and it will be a throw to Haiti.
England look really up for this still. I mean, yes, okay, there's been some ebbs and flows in momentum, and maybe it's died down a little bit, but again, the advanced positions of the back line, the midfield, really squeezing this Haitian defence into that far side corner. They're really up for this, and you can tell, you know, I mean, it feels like it's been ages since we've seen England play, and they are so up for it.
They're in possession, they lead by a goal to 0. Stanway from the spot. They've given the ball away. Error by captain Millie Bright, and here come Haiti over the halfway line. Out to the right-hand side they go. And we'll pick it up on the far side. Bourgel is in the centre, so Demornay. Demornay went for the scissor kick and just misses. Doesn't quite manage to connect with the ball as Kelly goes down and wins the free kick just outside the England penalty area. Well, you would expect nothing less from Melchi Dumornay. She is so confident, and had that gone in, my word, that would have been one of the goals of the tournament.
Yeah, there was just a vacuous space in that England midfield, and the ball got played out to the far side where the Haitian winger delivered a beautiful cross to Dumornay in the area, and I mean, that's audacious to go for that scissor kick, but boy, if that would have come off, that would have been something else.
England in possession, just inside their own half, leading by a goal to 0. All the reaction to the Lionesses' opening Women World Cup game will be on the Football Daily. You can download that from BBC Sounds. We'll have plenty of interviews from the England camp and news throughout the tournament on the Football Daily every day for you. And while you're there, check out the latest episode of Jill Scott's Coffee Club. We've got a very special guest for you, the England manager Sarina Wiegman, sitting down with Jill. Do check that out. Also, you can download from BBC Sounds. England have a throw over on the far side, leading by a goal to 0. Georgia Stanway's penalty retaken after the first effort was saved. Kelly Teus, the Haitian #1, coming off her line. Stanway making no mistake with the second attempt as Teus is called into action at a near post. Almost spilled that effort from Russo, but as Kelly was following up, does manage to smother the ball.
She's having a good night, Teus, the Haitian goalkeeper. I think she comes across to me as being really confident, really vocal with her back line, and she seems to me so far to be an excellent shot stopper.
England in possession on the halfway line. Here is Lucy Bronze, looking for options, and goes all the way back to Millie Bright, who's a player you know so well. Karen, how do you think taking on the role of captain? She was vice-captain, she has been vice-captain for a long time, has captained England before. Get Karen's thoughts on that in a moment, but England coming down the left-hand side with Lauren Hemp, plays the ball in. Russo's waiting in the centre, cleared away by Kethna Louis. Big jump from the tall defender. Lucy Bronze will pick it up on this right-hand side. Lovely play by Bronze. She stopped on the edge of the penalty area though. And Hasty will clear the ball away to their captain, Mondesir. Looking for the run of Dumornay in the centre circle. Carter gets there first. Good reading of the situation there, Carter. All the way back to Mary Ebbs, who's closed down by Dumornay. Lovely little drag back. Dumornay went one way, Ertz went the other. And Karen Parsley is a former England #1. You enjoyed that?
I love that so much. It's great disguise. I mean, at first I was like, oh, she's not really got anyone to play to. And yeah, pulls that out the bag.
And England's white shirts are streaming forward, intercepted by Bettina Petitfrère, the Haitian right back who clears away up towards halfway. But yes, just a word on Millie Bright and the captain.
Well, I mean, where do I begin? You know, she's an incredible player, incredible person, like huge personality in the camp. You know, in terms of someone you can look to lift a mood, to inspire, and I think she does that on the pitch as well. She's so competitive, but she's also just really chill. You know, like, and I do think she's right. There isn't much of a change in her when she steps on the pitch, with or without the captaincy.
Ball over the top from Bright, finds Kelly, now Bronze. Stanway picks it up, 25 yards out, plays the ball in, and England are in almost. Lauren Hemp, the ball almost bouncing off her and into the arms of Curly Teus, but it was Russo who was leaping first. It just skimmed over her head, came to Hemp, bounced off her, and into the grateful arms of Teus.
Yeah, at first I thought that was just going to land right on Alessia Russo's chest, and I thought, oh, you know, like, did she check her shoulder? Did she know that Lauren Hemp was behind her? Could she have brought it down? Because she probably didn't realize just how much space she had around her, but unfortunate, but the chances are going to continue to appear tonight.
England 1, Haiti 0, here on 5 Live and on the ABC across Australia. Played forwards by England once more, out to the right-hand side, goes Chloe Kelly. Stanway's in field as an option, and Kelly tries to find him, and again it's well read by Haiti, who play the ball forward. That time Carter reads it very well once more, under pressure from Bourgella. Carter gives the ball away. Mathurin loses out though, and Stanway with a coming together with Shirley Judy. And England bring the ball away with Ella Toon out to the left-hand side, and Lauren Hemp. Russo's on the shoulder of the back line. Hemp down to the byline, plays the ball across. Just about cleared away by Haiti, picked up by their captain, Marilia Mondesia. Plays it forward to Bourgella. Dispossessed on the edge of the centre circle, but illegally so, deems our referee, and it will be a free kick to Haiti that they've taken quickly, nowhere near where the free kick was given, but they're still inside their own half. In fact, Mondesia plays it back to the edge of the centre circle, so it's as you were. 4 minutes to play until half-time. England leading by a goal to nil in their Women's World Cup opener here in Brisbane. Judy plays it out to the left-hand side, and Mathurin. Under pressure from Chloe Kelly. Kelly trying to get her foot in, snapping at the heels of Mathurin, who's had to come on after Jennifer Limage was stretched off for Haiti in defence, and Mondesia, who has been seen her heels nibbled at one too many times by Lucy Bronze, and she wins a free kick just inside the Haitian half.
The referee's not having any of it, is she? It's a bit different than what we saw in the Australia game, where it was a personal battle between Hayley Rasso and Katie McCabe. But yeah, no, some really great 1v1 defending from Lucy Bronze there. Got up nice and early to the Haitian attacker, and forced her back, couldn't really progress the ball.
Long ball forward from Kathleen Louis. Good jump on the edge of the area by Bathsheba Louis. The ball is all the way through to Mary Earps, who we have to say hasn't been very busy at all. Although Haiti have looked dangerous going forwards, that final connection, that final shot hasn't done much, if anything, to trouble Mary Earps.
No, not at all. I mean, I have to go back to that little turn that she made inside her own area, Mary Earps. It just speaks to the confidence, and I think the enjoyment that Serena Wiegman has allowed this England side to have, because I mean, there's not many goalkeepers, to be honest, that would do that, you know, when pressured by a young and exciting striker that this Haitian team has.
Here goes Lauren Hemp cutting in field from that left wing. What a run this is. Plays it into the area. Russo turns on the edge of the box, almost crowded out of it. Comes out to Alex Greenwood, left-hand side, delivers the ball in. The white shirts are free, and Russo sends the header wide under a little bit of pressure as Haiti's defence recovered on the edge of the 6-yard box. But could have done better there, Alessia Russo. Yeah,
she could have, perhaps, but I think, you know, the build-up is what's kind of important about this situation, because Alessia Russo was, you know, a target player. Ball didn't, you know, quite come to her, but she was there on the second ball straight away to retain possession and recycle the ball out to Lauren Hemp for a service into the box. So I think in terms of what she's doing off the ball, it's exceptional what she's doing out of possession as well.
Good block by Haiti on the halfway line. Good challenge by Millie Bright to stop the attack, but Haiti coming forward again. They're committing the numbers forward in terms of red shorts. Jimorne to the edge of the area, just holds up for Haiti as Bourgella tries to work a bit of room back to Jimorne. Right-hand side of the box, Bourgella's waiting on the edge of the 6-yard box. What can Jimorne do? Went for the tight angle, blocked by Millie Bright. Spins behind for a Haiti corner. England still lead by a goal to nil.
It's a great block from Millie Bright. Very solid, got out to the ball nice and quick and closed the space down. it's just, for me, it's the concern around why do these counterattacks keep happening? Why are these transitional moments occurring so much? And it almost seems like the England side are willing to gamble throwing numbers forward and leaving Haiti 2v1, you know, and it's a good gamble to take because I think, you know, they understand maybe the final product isn't there, but England have to be careful or one of these moments is going to get converted.
Yes, another set-piece test here for England as we enter the final minute of normal time at the end of this first half, looking to see out this 1-0 lead to the break. As Haiti prepare to take this corner, they've got the short option. Jimone's gone over there. England just have one white shirt over if Haiti do decide to take it short, and they do so. Jimone, she'll try and dribble into the area. Yes, she will. Plays the ball in. It's a good delivery. Oh, what a chance that was for Bourgella. Right on the edge of the 6-yard box. She leapt, she rose, she couldn't make contact, and it's behind, and it's a let-off for England.
It really is. I mean, it's a great delivery into the area, and oh, that was so close for Bourgella. It just seemed to just skim off her head and out. Oh yeah, I mean, wow. That was, how you describe that? That was a warning shot, wasn't it?
It was a warning shot. Big chance for Haiti's top scorer in qualifying as we head for 9 minutes at a time. Now, anyone who watched the Men's World Cup earlier this season will know that FIFA are taking a stricter approach, shall we say, to added on time. To be fair, we've had a couple of VAR checks. They had a very long one for the first penalty that England eventually weren't awarded. Then we had another penalty. We had the stoppage for Lamage as well. So there has been, you know, a decent amount. But if we're talking normal added time, it'd probably be 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah. Welcome to FIFA. Welcome to the World Cup.
Quote unquote normal.
So 9 minutes to play of added time at the end of this first half. England leading by 1-0. Stanway from the spot. Her first effort saved, but Kelly Teus had come off her line and she slotted the second away into the bottom corner, Georgia Stanway. As England in possession, play the ball forward, looking for the run of Alessia Russo. Won't quite reach it, and again, good goalkeeping by Curly Teus. And just the connections, we've talked about the connections up front for Haiti, Karen, but again at the back they seem to know each other so well, and this is what happens when you have a core group of players. As we say, 9 of this squad were at the Under-20s World Cup in 2018, and their midfielder Daniel Etienne, who's on the bench, saying that, you know, we've been on this journey, most of us, since we were 14 to this World Cup. You can tell how well they know each other.
Absolutely. I think they're maintaining their distances in this back line really nicely. There's a lot of discipline there, which has been really nice to see from this Haitian side.
Petit Frere, the right back, tussling over on that far side with Hemp, and the decision goes against Hemp, free kick Haiti.
Sorry, Vix, but yeah, to your point, I think it's a great point that this team is so young that, you know, maybe we might not see the highest of their heights just yet, but in another 4 years, 8 years time, we could see some fantastic performances from this Haitian side.
England with Millie Bright at the back, playing the ball back into the area. Mary Earps couldn't pick it up, and it's an awkward clearance. She does well with it, got a decent distance on it up towards the halfway line. Georgia Stanway loses out midway through the England half, and lovely step by Jimone to go past Kira Walsh. Out to the right-hand side she goes. Bourgella tries to get the ball across, and it ricochets back off Bourgella, and it will be an England goal kick. But again, every time Jimone gets on the ball, she makes something happen. She's such a spark.
You're absolutely right, Vicky Sparks. No, she's excellent. Great vision. You know, sees Bourgella running off to the right, the far side channel into the area, and it's a nice outside of the foot slip ball. But fortunately, again, for England, the quality wasn't there from the Haitians.
So 2.5 minutes played of added time here on 5 Live and on the ABC across Australia. England leading by Georgia Stanway's penalty. There has incidentally been a penalty in every single game of the Women's World Cup so far. England at the second attempt successful with their spot kick. It gives them this 1 goal advantage as Mondesir, the Haitian captain, turns on the halfway line, trying to play the ball forwards, looking for the run of Bourgella, who is holding the line, but England make the interception. Haiti have it back though just inside their own half with Pierre-Louis as the ball goes back to Curly Teus. Huge weekend of sports continuing on 5 Live. We will have coverage from the Ashes if the rain lets up at any point today. That'll be over on 5 Sports Extra with regular updates on 5 Live, and we'll have all the updates from the Open as well. Round 3 at Hoylake. And you can hear coverage of that fourth and final round, of course, with us on 5 Live as well. Coverage proper from the Gulf at 1 p.m. today, starting at midday tomorrow for that final round. And of course, we will have commentary of every Lionesses game live from Australia throughout the Women's World Cup here for you. Make Saturday mornings the time that you come and join us. You can watch selected games on BBC television as well, as the ball goes out of play for an England throw. Football Daily is your place to get all the news and reaction to England's matches and the rest of the Women's World Cup. Download that from BBC Sounds. As Jess Carter picks it up midway through the Haitian half. Out to the left-hand side goes Greenwood, and now finds Lauren Hemp. Plays it back to Greenwood once more, looking for the 1-2 with Hemp. But again, it's well read by Haiti. Picked up there by Ella Toon over on that far side. But Haiti again get the foot in, and here is Shirley Judy. Plays it forward to Jamorne. And again, it's that trio, that dangerous trio of Bourgella and Mondesir. The captain is in the centre. Jamorne still going right-hand side of the area, looking for Bourgella. Header over the bar. Pressured well by Lucy Bronze. But again, the gaps were just opening up there. In the end, England got defensively back and dealt with it. But I feel like I'm a broken record. But Jamorne.
No, absolutely. I'm interested. There was something that happened kind of off the ball. Alex Green was on the pitch for a moment while that transition was happening, and she was fuming afterwards. But yeah, again, exactly. Jamorne is sitting off the back four a little bit, kind of inviting the centre back to come in and close the space. But Millie Bright and Jess Carter are clever, and they know if they do that, there'll be a through ball played in behind them. So it's about making that decision. Does Kira Walsh sit on Jamorne, who's taking those spaces up just in front of her, or do they just kind of leave in that half space? It's an interesting game going on in the midfield.
Former England goalkeeper Karen Bardsley here with us on 5 Live, and the ABC bronze medalist back in 2015, England's best ever finish at a World Cup. Will they go 1 or 2 better? The ball is into the area. Mateus was there and does claim under pressure from Alessia Russo.
Again, very, very confident take from the Haitian goalkeeper there. She's off her line very, very quickly. She's not afraid to come through bodies. It's tidy.
Well, she plays amateur football in the US with Miami City. Said coming into this game, we want the world to know about Haiti and the talent we have. And I think certainly from this first half, they've acquitted themselves outstandingly. But it is England with the 1-goal lead. Georgia Stanway from the penalty spot as Haiti have a free kick, a third of the way inside their own half.
No, I've certainly been impressed myself. There's a lot of attacking flair going forward, a lot of freedom, in terms of the interchange of positions. But surprisingly, there's more defensive security than I was expecting from this Haitian side.
Yeah, it's something they've really worked on as England win the ball back midway inside their own half. They're a really attack-minded side, so defence has really been the focus coming into this World Cup, and I think their manager Nicola Delapine will be delighted because they have been very organised, apart from that ridiculous decision by Pacha Benui to basically go for a basketball shot, which gave England that penalty that Stanway scored at the second attempt. But we saw it, didn't we, in the opener against Australia, the penalty given away by Marissa Shiva of Ireland, and that in the end was the difference for Australia as they won that opener in front of a raucous crowd. What a brilliant atmosphere it was in Sydney. But that's it, one decision like that in the area can make the difference. Isn't it? England come forward, dispossessed just outside the Haitian penalty area, cleared over the top, and Jess Carter has to be careful here, has a little look. Bourgella, the Haitian striker, is right behind her. Carter does well, wins the free kick, and she's so good in her reading of the game and using her physicality there, isn't she? She's not the paciest, Carter, but when she's in those one-on-one situations, it's the previous 2 things that will get her out of trouble.
Absolutely, she uses her body really, really well there to get across Bourgella, the Haitian striker, and she demonstrated that earlier in the game as well. I think there was a channel ball down this near side, and Jess Carter managed to get all the way across.
Here goes Georgia Stanway, plays the ball to the edge of the area. Toon won't reach it. Cleared away at the back by Haiti. Walsh picks it up out to the left-hand side now. And Alex Greenwood looking for the run of Lauren Hemp. She has Petit Frere there with her. Hemp down to the byline, gets the ball across. Kelly's one of those in there, heads it away inadvertently towards the edge of the Haitian penalty area. Lucy Bronze can't latch onto it. Got 1 minute of the added 9 remaining. And then still leading by a goal to 0. They have the ball on the halfway line. Here is Jess Carter, plays it out to the left-hand side, and Alex Greenwood. Will there be one more chance for the Lionesses? In field they go to the centre circle, and Lucy Bronze, who stepped into that central midfield position from right back, as she likes to do. And now Stanway out to the right-hand side. Here is Chloe Kelly taking on Maturin, who stands up well. Good block. Goes out of play for an England throw. England have taken it quickly to Stanway on the edge of the area, but Haiti was switched on, and England have conceded the foul, and it will be a free kick to Haiti just on the edge of their own box, and a yellow card for Georgia Stanway. Well, that's not always an unusual sight, but not really ideal for England to pick that up just before half-time.
No, it's not. But, you know, I mean, to be fair, I think the referee from the off was very adamant about not taking anything.
So there is the half-time whistle. Georgia Stanway, England's scorer from the penalty spot, gives them this 1-0 lead against Haiti. She had to retake the penalty. It was initially saved by Haiti's number one, Kerli Teus, but she'd come off her line, spotted by VAR, and Stanway made no mistake with the second retaken penalty. But Karen Bardsley, England have not had it their own way at all.
No, they haven't. Haiti been an excellent opponent tonight. Obviously, fantastic attacking flair going forward, as we've already alluded to. Really, really exciting in transition and the counterattacks. But I think, you know, we really need to see a little bit tidier distribution and decision-making from the center backs particularly. I mean, they haven't had a whole lot to do, but obviously the build-up is crucial to, you know, the attack going forward and creating those opportunities. So Mary Earps hasn't been too busy. What she has done, she's done very, very well. But on the whole, I think, you know, England could probably be up another goal or two.
Yeah, they have been the better side, it's fair to say. You know, we are praising Haiti because they have been very impressive for a side that are ranked 49 places below England. But Serena Wiegmann, I think we'll want to see a little bit more from the Lionesses in the second half. But fundamentally, as we saw against Austria in the opener of the European Championships last summer, a victory is a victory. And England, with a half still to play, are ahead by a 1-0 in Brisbane.
Thank you, Vicky and Karen. We'll give you a little bit of a break now. Georgia Stanway giving England the lead from the penalty spot just before the half hour. England leading Haiti by a 1-0. We can talk to former England defender Anita Asante now. Anita, just to get your thoughts on those 45 minutes and added time. There was a lot of it. It was a chaotic first half.
Yeah, it really was, Juliet. I think England sort of grew into the game. They started off a bit nervy, you know, turned over an early pass, which allowed Haiti to just try and counter on them. But you can see now where they were playing in wide areas, getting Chloe Kelly and Hemp on the ball, they're starting to play a bit more through the central areas and finding Kira Walsh and Stanway to try and connect that midfield and front line. But credit has to go to Haiti because they've been disruptive. They, you know, working diligently as a team defensively. They're really good 1v1. You know, they're very athletic, so they're winning some of those duels and making it difficult for England. But you know, England will be happy that they've also managed to score because of, as we said, leading into this tournament, they hadn't scored in 3 games. You know, in their warm-up matches leading up to the tournament. So Serena will be happy with that, but she'll definitely want more control in this game that's very transitional at the moment.
Yeah, they haven't really allowed England-Haiti to settle at all, and it's another penalty that gave them that goal. You watched the favourites USA this morning. I know you've been in for the long haul as well. What did you make of their performance?
Yeah, I think USA, you know, they got the job done. I don't think it was the most convincing performance from them. I think Vietnam also, you know, worked tirelessly in a low to mid block to try and stifle their play. And you could see they didn't have that kind of cohesive fluidity in their play, USA. But of course, you know, individual brilliance. Sophia Smith came to life and she scored really important goals. And I think that, again, they'll just be happy that they've got their tournament off to a good start and have scored, you know, more than 1 goal as well, to just try and give them more confidence moving forward, as they'll have to face, you know, Netherlands in their group as well.
Anita, thank you. You'll be back with us at full time to talk a little bit more. So England leading Haiti by a 1-0 at half time. Georgia Stanway with the goal. It's 8:29 here in Brisbane, 11:29 at the UK, and we can get the latest news on 5 Live with Laura Harms.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 5 Live. Sir Keir Starmer says that Labour will need to show historic levels of effort, discipline and focus to win the next general election. He's been addressing his party's National Policy Forum in Nottingham this morning in the wake of this week's by-elections. The Labour leader said they must learn lessons from Uxbridge and South Ruislip, where the Conservatives held on to their seat by a narrow margin. A major review into pregnancy loss services in England has called for women to have round-the-clock access to specialist care. The government has promised to listen to all 70 recommendations from the report. It's estimated there are around 500 miscarriages every day in the UK. Scientists have told the BBC they're concerned by the speed at which climate records are being broken, describing it as unprecedented. They think more temperature records will fall in the coming months and say that some worst-case scenarios are already unfolding. And rail strikes are expected to disrupt travel plans today as many families begin their summer holiday. Thousands of members of the RMT union have walked out again in their dispute about pay and conditions.
The 151st Open from Royal Liverpool.
Oh, Phil Mickelson! Wow, what a round. Who will write their name in history and claim the claret jug?
Oh, yes! What a way to do it! Henrik Stenson! Rory McIlroy is an Open champion. Wowee, what a way to do it!
Live from Royal Liverpool with Mark Chapman, myself Ian Carter and the team.
Colin Morikawa, golf's newest superstar. What a finish!
Continues today at 1
on 5 Live and BBC Sounds.
This is 5 Live Sport.
And we'll be heading to Royal Liverpool shortly to catch up on the latest at the Open at Hoylake. But welcome back to Brisbane in Australia. Coming up, we have second half commentary of England's opening World Cup match against Haiti, where it's England 1, Haiti 0. Georgia Stanway scoring from the penalty spot. She had to retake it. The Stanways are actually here, the whole family. I bumped into them outside the pub outside the ground. But earlier, the United States had a winning start to their World Cup campaign as they aim for an unprecedented third consecutive title. They had a comfortable 3-0 win over debutants Vietnam. That match was in Auckland. Elsewhere in Group C, it finished Japan 5, Zambia 0. And later in England's group, Denmark take on China. That gets underway at 1 o'clock, and you'll get updates of that on 5 Live Sport. But let's turn our attention to the weather and the cricket. Brollies and warm coats. It's day 4 of the 4th Ashes Test between England and Australia. And Ellie Aldroyd is at Old Trafford. Ellie?
Yeah, we should be half an hour in now, Juliet, but no sign of any play for the foreseeable future, really. A lot of very sorry-looking people wandering around at the far end of the ground, visiting the bar and the coffee places and sheltering under the point over to the far side of the ground. The forecast continues to be pretty rotten for the rest of the day. Apparently we might get a little bit of a window at lunchtime, but then it'll be a question of if they do get some dry weather, whether they can clear the rain, the puddles off the outfield. Possibly a little bit better for tomorrow. We're keeping our fingers crossed. Louise Lear from the BBC Weather Centre telling us that probably a delayed start tomorrow, but maybe the chance of getting the game completed tomorrow afternoon. England, of course, really praying for this weather to go away because they're in such a great position. 6 more wickets to take, potentially. Australia still 162 runs behind in the second innings, but just for the moment, nothing is happening here apart from some sad people modelling various different anoraks and umbrellas.
Thank you, Ellie. Waterproofs as well over on the Wirral. Mark Chapman will be here from 1 o'clock with the coverage of the third round of the Open at Hoylake. And there for us right now, correspondent Ian Carter and Catherine Downs.
Thanks, Jules. Well, actually, it looks like the waterproofs are off out on the course at the moment. Looks like conditions are looking a little bit better. No rain falling at the moment. I'm just looking at John Rahm, who's just got his third round underway, and he has stripped down to his shirt sleeves, Ian. So it's looking better out there.
Yes, it is, and that's good news for the galleries here. The players are now taking on a golf course that's been softened, and the breeze isn't too strong either. The flags are hanging limp, so a real opportunity opportunity to go low, I would imagine, for several of the players today.
And one who has gone low over the first couple of days, the leader Brian Harman, the American, 10 under par, 5 shots clear of the field. Is anyone catching Harman?
Well, there are a couple of omens that look very good for him. One is that when left-handers win the Open Championship, it is in years when there's a 3 in there. 1963 for Bob Charles, 2013 for Phil Mickelson. He would be the third left-hander to do it, but also the size of his lead as well. Think back to Louis Oosthuizen. He was 5 shots clear when he won in 2010. Gary Player, 5 clear in 1974. Although Bobby Clampett, 1982, he offers hope to the rest because he was 5 clear at halfway and ended up coming way down the field.
And the nearest challenger is local boy, as we keep saying, Tommy Fleetwood from Southport, just up the road. What incredible galleries he's had following him. I saw him tweet this morning, more noise for the local lads, please, this morning as they go out to try and chase down Brian Harman. Is he the only really likely contender, or do you think somebody could bolt from the pack?
No, I think there's still scope for bolting from the pack, because if you're someone like Rory McIlroy, you're in a share of 11th place, not too many people to overtake. Yes, you've got to make up 9 shots, but you know, you've got the quality to be able to do that, especially on a soft golf course. You'd say the same of Jordan Spieth at 2 under par as well. Sepp Straka won a couple of weeks ago. He's only 6 shots behind. Jason Day is a former world #1. An awful lot of golf to be played, and I think Brian Harman, he finished at lunchtime yesterday. He had all of yesterday afternoon, all of this morning, not teeing off till 3:30 this afternoon. That's a very long time to stew on such a commanding position.
And some good news if we're looking for things to be a little bit more competitive. Looking down the leaderboard, Ricky Fowler has picked up 3 birdies over his first 13 holes, so he's now back to level par. Patrick Cantlay as well, the world #4, also picked up 3 birdies through 11 holes, so there are some low scores to be had out there. The course, as Ian said, softening up, the conditions looking better, the rain not falling, the wind nice and light, so we could get some really competitive golf out there this afternoon. The leaders going off at 3:30. We'll be on air from 1 o'clock.
Thanks, Catherine. We're in the middle of a light show, another one here in Brisbane, as we await the start of the second half, where England lead Haiti by a goal to 0 in their World Cup opener. A little bit of Coldplay as well. Before we get on to that, in Rugby League, it's Challenge Cup semi-final day with both St Helens men's and women's teams in action. The women face York at 11:45, so in around 9 minutes' time, with a trip to Wembley up for grabs. Matt Newsom, you're at the Halliwell Jones Stadium.
Yes, Saints and York in the women's game are rapidly becoming really fierce rivals, a really healthy rivalry, and that can only be really good for the sport. Saints,
again,
as you would
please.
imagine, being at a big club, are used to winning things, whereas York are the kind of new kids on the block. So a really good rivalry, plenty of England stars on either side, so plenty of friendships to be tested this afternoon.
And what about the men? They take on the Lee Leopards at 2:30. It's a huge opportunity, isn't it, for Lee, this one, Matt?
Yeah, definitely. Saints are synonymous with winning things. League, to put it very bluntly, aren't. Last time they were in a semi-final, 1987. Last time they won it, 1971. So a huge chance for this side that have been rebranded as the Leopards to find their roar and find their way to Wembley.
Thanks, Matt. You can follow coverage of those matches on the BBC iPlayer and on the BBC Sport website. And the teams are making their way back out onto the pitch on social media, 85058, if you want to drop us a text, or at 5 Live Sport. We've got to start to get Kira Walsh into this game, says Rachel, missing her in midfield right now. Ben says he's watching on ITV1, thank you very much, but I hope you're listening to us with commentary on 5 Live Sport. He says he is. He says that's the way to go. We like you, Ben. Kev, the VAR checks have meant England couldn't get any momentum in the first half, but hopefully they can in the second. And another message from Jenny Ryan from The Chase, celebrating the athleticism of the Lionesses. She says Karen Bardsley by lying on the sofa, scoffing a sausage and egg muffin. That is the way to go on a Saturday morning, surely.
That sounds all right.
Is that brunch? Is that brunch?
Yeah, I suppose. I'm just getting my Tim Tams out.
Right, the teams, they're making their way out. The England players, they're in a huddle. The match officials are making their way to the centre circle, and the Haitian players are on their way too. Karen Bardsley is alongside Vicky Sparks.
Thanks very much, Jules. I have to to say, that's the first time I've ever had to use my accreditation to skip the line in the toilet. I was panicking. It went on for ages, and I think I've got to be back on air in 2 minutes.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to leave that to me, mate.
So, Haiti's players coming back out. England's Lionesses already in their pre-second half huddle. The white shirts, the dark blue shorts, and the white socks. Mary Earps all in yellow, just joining in there as well. Karen, what do you think they'll be saying, and what do you think Serena Wiegmann will have said as we see a shot of her in the technical area at half-time?
Woof. Where do I start? Listen, I think Haiti's Dumornay is running the show right now. I mean, for me, she's been the standout player on this pitch. In that, attacking midfield position for Haiti. I mean, she's just been tormenting the back line, essentially. She's gone and played off of Alex Greenwood. She's switched on to Jess Carter. She's gone over to Millie Bright for a bit. She's had a go at Lucy Bronze, and she's creating lots of opportunities, lots of danger. So the free-flowing attack from the Haitians is causing more trouble than I think a lot of people expected.
Yeah, they've managed to keep their attacking principles, but also been relatively solid in defence, Haiti, which is credit to them. But England lead, deservedly so, you'd say, on balance, but certainly have not had it their own way at all. As Haiti get us underway in the second half, playing from left to right, all in bright red, as their goalkeeper, Kelly Teus, all in bright green, clears the ball up towards the halfway line. No changes for either side at half-time. Haiti having to make that enforced change with Lamage, their centre-half, stretchered off injured, replaced by Maturin. So we'll take you through the lineups in a moment, but England in possession over on this right-hand side with Lauren Hemp, who switched wings for Chloe Kelly. We've seen that a few times in the first half. Hemp usually playing on the left and Kelly usually playing on the right, but they do like to switch it up, and they've switched play over to this left-hand side as Alatoum tries to keep it in, does so, but it's cleared away. Kelly's won it back though into the penalty area, left-hand side, pulls the ball across, almost an own goal. Goodness me, what an unkind deflection that would have been. Carly Teus gathers at her near post, but all the problems there created by England's Chloe Kelly.
Oh, but that was sharp from Chloe Kelly. She just drove into the box, cut towards that near post space and went for the cutback. That's what we like to see from this England side.
Yeah, deflection came off Shirley Judy, right on the edge of the 6-yard box. Teus was down to make the save as Russo picks it up on this left-hand side. We're seeing a fluid forward line for England early on in this second half, leading by a goal to nil. Georgia Stanway's penalty, which was retaken after Teus initially saved the first effort, but had come off a line, spotted by VAR, and Stanway slotted home at the second attempt. Ball back inside England's half with Jess Carter, so we can take you through the lineups. Earps in goal for England. The back four of Bronze, Bright, Carter and Greenwood. Ahead of them it's Toon, Walsh and Stanway, with Kelly, Russo and Hemp up top for the Lionesses. Still in possession, just inside their own half. So Haiti with Teus in goal. The back four of Petitfrère, Joseph, Louis and Maturin now. Ahead of them it's Judy and Pierre-Louis, with Bachira Louis, Melchi Dumornay and Norelia Mondesir, the captain, all supporting Borgella up front as the ball goes out of play for a Haiti goal kick. England lead by a goal to nil.
You can see, I think, that England realized that they weren't getting much joy through the midfield, so I think they're starting to understand that they're going to have to play a bit more advanced. Lucy Bronze getting forward on that far side as well with Lauren Hemp.
Here come Haiti down the right-hand side though. Bachira Louis, the player that gave away the penalty with a ridiculous handball, both arms stretched high above her head, brushing the fingertips as if she was trying to catch a basketball. Spotted by VAR.
How could you miss it, Vix?
No. As soon as you saw the replay, you thought, goodness, what on earth was she doing? Haiti coming forward, Borgella's ball into the area is poor, and it will be all the way through with Mary Earps, who just takes her time and bowls the ball out under run. But we have to say, given Haiti's performance in the first half, 1-0 is not a safe scoreline for England.
No, from what we've seen so far, it certainly isn't. Again, lots of transitional play here. Haiti is doing really, really well at closing down the passing lanes and forcing those turnovers like we just saw there from the likes of Georgia Stanway. And then they're looking back, the Haitians are looking back to recycle as well. So
lovely little drag back by Kelly Teus. And we saw Mary Earps do something not too dissimilar, didn't we? I think that had a little bit more flair from Teus. to just take it away from Alessia Russo as the ball bounces over the head of Jess Carter, but no red shirt near enough to her to cause a problem, and she plays it back to Mary Epps. Maybe they know you're watching high up here in the stands in Brisbane, Karen Barsley. That was very nice.
The whole world is watching Vicky Sparks. But no, it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, a lot of discussions around goalkeeping in the last few days here, and it's fantastic to see the evolution of this position, but you know, the skill set has been under a lot of criticism in previous World Cups, so
Lucy Bronze has lost out, and here come Haiti down the left-hand side looking to find the leveller. Great save by Mary Epps, almost comes out to Bachibalui, who wins the header back towards the edge of the box. Dispossessed are Haiti just inside the area and cleared away. But again, that would have been another worldie from Melchi Dumornay. She is such a talent, and she draws the first real save of the game that Mary Epps has had to make.
It's fantastic from Dumornay. She takes the ball, cuts inside, and Millie Bright can't get close enough to block the pass. To block the shot. And, you know, fantastic, solid barrier from Mary Earps. The deflection went straight back into the air, but, you know, she had to get both hands onto that because that had some pace on it.
Not for nothing is she viewed, Dumornay, as one of the best young players in the world. She has joined the European Giants Lyon this summer. Watch out for her. She is a real star already. As Haiti have it at the back with Ketna Louis. Good defensive work, plays it off Lauren Hemp for a Haiti throw. Midway inside their own half. England lead 1-0 on 5 Live and on the ABC.
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, I mean, Haiti have kind of let themselves down in terms of that quality in front of goal because they have created, you know, chances. But, you know, England have seen a few warning shots there and really, really have to tidy up. I think the possession has been sloppier than what we've expected in terms of higher up the pitch, the turnovers, the pressure, not playing the ball quickly enough.
And they've conceded another free kick here. This will be a card for Lauren Hemp. What colour is it going to be? Yellow card is out. Lucy Bronze has gone over to protest, but Hemp is in the book. Millie Bright's there as well. And Haiti with a bit of an issue here. The player is still down, and England just can't afford to let themselves just overstep that line. And again, we talked about Georgia Stanway, who's the other lioness that's been booked already this evening. You know, Lauren Hemp is a player that gives no quarter, but as Norelia Mondesir, the captain, recovers on the deck, that is a hefty challenge from Hemp. She's coming in from behind. She's taking a bit of a risk there. I mean, we're just watching another replay again. It's clumsy rather than dangerous. I think a yellow is the right decision, but
I mean, she had eyes for the ball. Unfortunately, just missed it as, you know, the Haitian player released the pass. But yeah, I mean, these are the moments you have to really, really be careful. Like in the group stage, is not picking up too many cards. Does it hinder that freedom that you have? Are we going to start seeing substitutions from Serena Wiegman to make sure that, you know, this game doesn't kind of get out of control, that England doesn't get frustrated, and it doesn't take away from what it is that they need to do and they need to achieve by the end of this game?
Well, they have Denmark coming up in the group. England ranked 13th in the world. The Asian champions China ranked 14th. So on paper, those are the harder games, but this one has certainly been a contest so far. Karen Bardsley.
You can see Lauren James just warming up. Can't really tell if that cheer was for her. I'd like to think maybe it was. But
they're seeing themselves on the screen.
Oh, that's obviously what it is then. Everyone just loves seeing themselves on TV, don't they? But she could potentially be, you know, what this game needs a little bit in the midfield as well, whether she would come on out wide as a wide player, perhaps for Chloe Kelly, or even perhaps for Ella Toon centrally.
Dumornay heads the ball on towards the edge of the area, cleared away by England. Mondesir is back to her feet and back involved for Haiti, who trail England by a goal to nil. Stanway from the penalty spot in the first half as Hemp races away down the right-hand side, goes down under pressure from Maturin. Referee is happy with that. Haiti through Dumornay looking to bring the ball away. Lucy Bronze with the interception. Bachibalui picks the ball up on halfway, and here come Haiti once again. They're really getting into their stride, trying to find that equaliser. Excellent challenge by Kira Walsh on Dumornay, who was bursting towards the penalty area, and the ball is through with Mary Earps.
Fantastic work from Kira Walsh to backtrack and get that big toe on that ball, just poking it away from Dumornay as she was 3v3 with the England defence. Really, really great effort from Ciara Walsh.
And it is Walsh on the ball for England. Playing it back to Millie Bright. Out to the left-hand side, and Chloe Kelly. And that was a big talking point ahead of this match. Kelly in ahead of Lauren James with that right wing berth vacated by Beth Mead, the player of the tournament, the Golden Boot winner at the Euros, but out with an ACL as Haiti see that ball behind. And we were both at the Portugal friendly before the tournament, Karen. It was a disappointing performance from England, but the real spark was Lauren James, and I think people wondered, well, will she get the nod ahead of Chloe Kelly? But clearly they've had the behind closed doors training match with Canada, and of course in training every day, Serena Wiegmann's gone for Kelly. Yeah, it's a difficult one. I think, you know, when you're playing up against a mid to low block, sometimes you need that creativity to come in and unlock it. Here come Haiti down the right-hand side once more. Here's Dumornay, challenged by Millie Bright, bounces off the corner flag. It's not gone out of play. Bright was appealing there. Dumornay's got on with it and picked it up by the corner flag. Plays it back to Petit-Frere, the right-back, who's got forward to help out this Haiti attack. The ball goes out of play for a Haiti throw. Well, England are complaining about the decisions, but they've got to stay switched on here. No, absolutely. I mean, the ball didn't go out of play. And to be fair, just lucky that Haiti didn't speed that up a little bit quicker and get a ball launched in the box, because the defence was all over the show. So Shirley Judy, the number 9 who plays in midfield, is preparing to take this throw, launches it long into the penalty area, cleared away at the back by England. Toon will bring it down on the edge of the box, plays it forward to Alessia Russo, under pressure from Petit-Frere. So turns to Chloe Kelly, who plays it back to Greenwood. And now to Millie Bright. Crossfield pass, cut out, it was poor. Mondesir latches onto it, goes for goal from 35 yards, leaps it high over Marriott's bar, and she's slapping her thighs in frustration, Mondesir, and that might be a little bit more than missing the shot there, because she's gone down, she's adjusting her sock. She was the player that has most recently gone down injured and received a bit of treatment for Haiti, but it's one of those where Hertz wasn't even really off her line there. Her positioning was quite good, and you know they are so good when they come forward. Bourgella and Dumornay and Mondesir, that's a real waste from the Haitian captain. Yeah, I don't know if that just speaks. Well, yeah, exactly. I was going to say, I don't know if that speaks to age or inexperience. I'm not really sure, being on this stage. How well do they know their opponents? Because yeah, Mary Earps is certainly so comfortable in goal in terms of positioning. That was never going to trouble her. So Mondesir still receiving a bit of treatment. She's limping off and limping towards the touchline, and this doesn't look great for Haiti. They've already lost one player, their centre-half Jennifer Limage. To lose Mondesir would be a huge frustration. She's being helped over to the side. The stretcher is out again if it's required. It's over on this near side, and let's have a look down on the touchline. Nicolas Delapine is standing there in his blue suit, with his hands in his pockets, walking along that dotted line, and I'm sure they're going to do everything they can to get Mondesir back on her feet, because to lose their captain will be a huge frustration to this Haiti side, who are very much still in this, just trailing England by the goal to nil. It's been an impressive performance from a side ranked 49 places below the European champions, but they've given the ball away inside their own penalty area. Here is Russo driving for goal. It's saved by Teus, not convincing, but there was no England player near enough to pick up the ricochet, and Haiti clear out of play, and that wasn't quite so good from Teus. No, it wasn't well handled at all. But I mean, what great fight and what great determination from Alessia Russo to pick the ball up at the edge of the area and take it and have a shot on goal. Haiti still temporarily down to 10. Their captain, Mondesir, still off the pitch. Can England take advantage? Out to the right-hand side they go, and Lucy Bronze, who's closed down by Dumornay, plays it back in field. Options in the centre for England, in the penalty area. Russo, that's a good save from Curly Teus. Beats it behind at her near post. England corner, England pushing. Much better from Teus, the Haitian goalkeeper, but what a ball from Georgia Stanway. She absolutely launched it at Alessia Russo's chest, and she managed to bring it down Alessia Russo in turn and have a shot on target. But I mean, that's some great control and some great trust from your teammate. Caught it nicely, Russo. Teus down smartly. Mondesir still off the pitch. Haiti still down to 10. So a player short to defend this set piece, which Alex Greenwood will take. Kelly's in the edge of the D. Russo, Bronze, Bright, Toon all lurking around the penalty spot. As Greenwood raises both hands in the air, swings it in low to the near post, and it's Cleared away by Maturin. I'm not quite sure whether she intended that, Alex Greenwood, but Maturin didn't quite get her feet sorted. It's another corner.
Yeah, I don't think that was the right one. I imagine Georgia Stanway should have gone across and a bit shorter, but 2 hands up now.
Will she try something different? Yes, she will. It's swung in again, looking for that near post, but a little bit more height. Thighed away by Tabitha Joseph, and Haiti will try and break. And Mondesir, the captain, is back on the pitch, wins the throw on the halfway line. England 1, Haiti 0 on the ABC and on 5 Live as 14 minutes played in this second half. And England still, Karen, having to work so hard for everything.
Yeah, and I think, you know, this is going to be something that is going to need to be managed over the course of the group stages, and particularly as the tournament goes on, because, you know, the more running that you're doing in terms of the transitional moments, you're going to have more fatigue, and, you know, the team that's going to win this tournament is the one that manages those moments and manages those games and builds that momentum as quickly as possible.
Nice turn by Greenwood inside her own half, and England's happy to knock it around at the back. Carter plays it forward to Toon inside the centre circle, and here goes Lucy Bronze, leaves it intelligently for Lauren Hemp over on that right hand side, and Hemp now taking on Maturin. Holds her ground well, so Hemp will play it back to Lucy Bronze. England leading by a goal to 0 in this Women's World Cup opener. We will have commentary of every England match throughout the Women's World Cup live for you in Australia on BBC Radio 5 Live, as that ball won't be kept in on this left-hand side by Alex Greenwood. Many morning kickoffs, none earlier than 9:30 though, so grab a cuppa, grab your breakfast and come and join us on BBC Radio 5 Live throughout the tournament. Selected England games as well you'll be able to watch on BBC television, and all the reaction to each game, the news from the tournament and interviews from the England camp with Juliet Farrington. You'll be able to catch up on all of that in the Football Daily on BBC Sounds as the ball goes out of play for a throw to England, and they are going to make their first substitution, and Lauren James is going to enter the field, and she will replace Lauren Hemp. So you spotted her warming up about 10 minutes or so, Karen Bardsley. An hour gone, Lauren James coming on, and it will be interesting to see how the substitutions develop over this tournament, because Serena Wiegman was so consistent with the starting lineup, named the same team from the first group game to the final, but she was so consistent with the substitutions as well. So this potentially is a key part of England's tactical plan.
Indeed, I think this will be a massive part of Serena's management strategy over the course of this tournament. I think she knows, what Lauren James can bring, in terms of adding that creativity, whether she allows her to go inside or allows her to stay wide, what that role is going to look like. But this Haitian side has been so resolute in its defending, particularly in the midfield. It needs unlocking.
Here goes Lucy Bronze, brilliant move through the centre of the park. Haiti again get the foot in. Jess Carter will pick it up, but she's lost out. Haiti can't counter though. Good defending by Kira Walsh, but they have won the ball back, and here is Dumornay, and she's seen the run through the centre. Oh, there's so much space. Lucy Bronze trying to get back to close it off. Bourgello won't find that pass from the captain Mondesir, and it's cleared away. But how did Mondesir have that much space racing through in on goal? The decision has gone against Haiti eventually in the end, but my word, England suddenly was so open at the back.
It's poor. It's poor, Vix. It's really poor. Was that offside?
She's been given offside, but she wasn't. She was on. So England let off there. Wow. They did allow play to continue, the officials, but had that gone in the back of the net, VAR would have said, well, it stands.
But again, it's what we said about being sloppy in possession, isn't it? About taking too long to play the pass and then getting caught out in that transition. And goodness me, by all means.
Here goes Lauren James. First chance for her to run at the Haitian defence, and they deal with her. That trademark from James, that she gets it wide and she loves to cut inside. She's got the ball back here on the left and plays it back to Alex Greenwood. But goodness me, what a warning. Mondesir and Bourgello can't make the most. Can England make the most of it here? Kelly has an effort blocked inside the area by Maturin, and the ball spins out of play. The game is just becoming a little bit frenetic, Karen Bardsley.
Yeah, it's starting to feel a bit tense. I think England know that they're on the precipice of another goal, but it just doesn't seem to be coming off. The final quality of the ball isn't there.
Ball into the area for England. Russo's in there. She does win the header. Oh, what a brilliant save. Curly Teus. She's pulled out some superb stops in this match, and she tips the header from Russo over the bar. Karen Bardsley.
That's excellent timing, in terms of how that ball's been managed. Teus is a little bit off her line, not very much, but she's timed the backwards movement and the jump to make sure that ball goes over the crossbar very, very well. So fair play to the Haitian goalkeeper.
Well, she's not the tallest either, but her leap there was outstanding. As England have a corner, leading by a goal to nil here on 5 Live in the ABC. Swung in high towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Bonds is in there, hits it back across goal, and it's volleyed over from 10 yards by Millie Bright. High over the bar, doesn't catch it cleanly at all, the England skipper. Big chance though for 2-0.
That was on its way up here, I think. Yeah, again, I mean, is this speaking to just kind of not being involved in the squad? Is this speaking to first game as captain in a World Cup? You know, just a little bit of like trying to really force a moment. You know, I think it's not just Millie. We've seen it from a few different players where, you know, perhaps even Chloe Kelly would maybe bring that down. You know, if it's on the far side, try to take 1v1 as opposed to snatching at a shot. You know, is that game state? Is that the occasion? But I imagine, listen, England just need a result.
They're leading by a goal to nil as Tays clears away. Nervy clearance, under pressure. Stanway can't hold on to it though. And Haiti will bring it away down the left-hand side. England trying to win it back, but it's cleared up towards halfway. Borgella tussling with Jess Carter, who does very well again. The positioning is outstanding from the Chelsea defender. Gets her body in front of Roselot Borgella. And Millie Bright, her Chelsea teammate, just holds the palm out and says, let's just slow the play down. Let's take a breather, because 20 minutes gone in this second half. We still lead, but just by the goal to nil.
Yeah, she's letting people get back into their positions. They've just gone from an out of possession shape, and then they'd obviously had possession. So she's letting people get back into their shape, you know, being able to go through the build-up on either side, trying to keep it as unpredictable as possible, you know, but making the pitch nice and wide.
Approaching the midway point of the second half. England 1, Haiti 0 in this Women's World Cup opener. Reminder that we will have coverage from the Ashes for you if the rain lets up at any point today on the 4th day of the 4th test. Ali Oldroyd and the team at Old Trafford. That will be over on 5 Sports Extra with regular updates here on 5 Live, and we will be keeping you right up to date with round 3 at the Open as well. Mark Chapman and the team taking over with the golf proper from 1 o'clock and commentary of the final round as well tomorrow from midday. Haiti under a bit of pressure. Kathleen Louis deals with it well, plays the ball forward. Bright will let that run. Good decision. Reaches Mary Earps, who's closed down by Mondesia, who looks to have shrugged off those couple of knocks that she's had as Earps sprays the ball out to the right-hand side. Haiti will allow the ball to bounce out of play. All right, midway through the second half then. England leading by a goal to nil. As you say, Karen, a result is all that matters. We saw that against Austria. How would you assess this performance?
It feels like it's just business time in terms of trying to see the game out in a sense, but it seems almost too early to start doing that. I think we've really struggled to see the midfield kind of be consistent in retaining the ball, especially in build-up play.
Oh, what a brilliant run this is by Tabitha Joseph, the centre half. Alessia Russo going all the way with her, getting a challenge in, didn't quite get enough on it. Greenwood then does get a foot in. Russo will bring the ball away, she's fouled, and England get a free kick. But I'll tell you what, props to Tabitha Joseph there. That was a brilliant lung-busting run, and props to Alessia Russo for going with her.
I've been really impressed with the Haitian defender. I think, you know, she's looked really calm and composed, you know, for her age as well. I mean, shrugged off the pressure of Alessia Russo and Ella Toon, protected the ball really, really well, managed to get herself between the ball and the player, and then distributed, and then went on a channel mazy dribble, if you will.
Here goes Alessia Russo though, and Joseph could be tested. She's not, because Russo can't control inside the area. Slips as she tries to bring the ball under her spell, and the ball is out of play for a Haitian goal kick, which Joseph will send to Tays to take. Yes, only 19, Tabitha Joseph. Been playing in the French second tier this season for Brest, but again, I think it's fair to underline how impressive Haiti have been. First World Cup. They've only ever played one World Cup at any age level. That was the Under-20 World Cup back in 2018, which several of these players were involved in. 49 places below England. England the European champions. England one of the favourites for this tournament. It's not been hugely convincing from the Lionesses, but if they get the 1-0 victory, it will be job done. But Haiti will take so much encouragement from this performance, Karen Bardsley.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Haiti and their physicality. You know, they've really, really not been afraid to kind of put a body on these England players and really be physical and kind of disruptive. We've seen a lot of players on this England side, you know, after a tackle or a challenge, like be slow to get up back to their feet, and they seem a bit frustrated. And I think, you know, we might need to see a few more changes from Serena Wiegman.
So Haiti with a throw on halfway. Let's head to the Women's Challenge Cup semi-final. There's been a try. Matt Newsom.
Yes, and Helen 6, York 4, the top two in Super League, really delivering a tight contest here. Shona Hoyle's try was converted to give Saints a 6-0 lead. Tamsin Renouf went the length of the field to almost level for York, but Tara Jane Stanley hit the post with a conversion. Saints 6, York 4.
Thanks very much, Matt. Here in Brisbane, it is still England 1, Haiti 0 in their Women's World Cup opener in Group D. Denmark and China, the other two sides in this group, facing off later. We'll have updates for you here on 5 Live. The ball is out to the right-hand side, and England building up a bit of a head of steam. Chloe Kelly trying to find bronze, deflected, comes back to Kelly. She tried the through ball to Russo, but she was slipping as she did so, and it's behind for a goal kick. And Karen Barsley, I think that's the most animated I've seen you out of the corner of my eye to my left all match.
Oh, it's that final pass that gets intercepted. It's just not quite coming off for England, and I'm trying to control my desire for them to want to get on the score sheet. But yeah, you know, just need that final quality that we're used to seeing.
But it's in the balance. It's in the balance for England. Can they find a second goal just to take the sting out of this Haitian side? Cleared away by Pierre-Louis for Haiti out to the left-hand side, and she's done well there. And she goes down. Referee is happy with that, and England will have a chance to bring it forward. Stanway under pressure. Haiti really pressing. Guess that's the only other question. They haven't pressed the whole time. They were there, but just keeping that energy, keeping that consistency. That's what their manager, Nicolas Delapine, will want to see as England have it midway through the Haitian half. Lauren James in field to Ella Toon. England just starting to click here. This is a nice move. Stanway quickly closed down by Mondesir. So England work it out to the right-hand side, and Lucy Bonds in field to Stanway once more. Stanway's penalty, the difference scored in the first half between the two sides just before the half hour, had to be retaken. Teus saved the first effort but came off her line. Stanway made no mistake with the second as England almost lose it. They have lost it. They've won it back. Kira Walsh doing all that in the space of half a second as Lucy Bronze plays it to Carter on the halfway line.
Yeah, you know, I've not really seen Georgia Stanway or Ella Toon receive the ball back foot and turn and face the goal. I don't know if it's because, you know, the Haitian pressure, they're just not, you know, they don't have enough time to actually turn and face up. It looks like they've almost been told, you know, receive the ball with your back to goal, maybe on the half turn, and then play backwards for a set. And then are we expecting, you know, either the ball into Chloe Kelly or into Alessia Russo?
Here come England. Might fall to Russo in the area. Haiti were appealing for a potential offside because Toon was sliding in, might have got a touch on it, but it doesn't run for Russo anyway, and it's all the way through with Curly Teus.
That's where I think, you know, Lauren James might be someone that could go, like I said, unlock that central area, because I've not really seen anyone take on it in terms of a dribble, like receive in between the lines. I mean, the Haitians have been incredibly disciplined about keeping their spaces nice and compact between the back line and the two holding midfielders.
Here is Millie Bright in possession for England on the halfway line. Bright making her first competitive appearance since March after recovering from a knee injury. So Lauren James comes down the left-hand side. She's held up well, so goes back to Alex Greenwood. It's just all a little bit slow at the moment from England. Can they find another gear? Can Lauren James do that? Down to the corner flag she goes. Greenwood's there again as an option. Here is Greenwood. England leading by a goal to nil on 5 Live and on the ABC. And Millie Bright picks it up, left-hand side. Lauren James is there. Toon's made the run. James whips it in. It's straightforward enough for Kelly Teus, but Russo and Kelly were making the run. Right idea?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Lauren James did see an opening there. I think was it the ball was curling kind of more into in the goalkeeper's favor, in the Haitian goalkeeper's favor, than it was necessarily to Alessia Russo. But if it was a diagonal run, perhaps instead of a straight run from Alessia Russo, could she have gotten on the end of it? We'll never know.
Mondesir, the Haitian captain, loses out on the far side, and Kira Walsh will play it forward. And now Stanway, Kelly out to the right-hand side. Russo's making her way into the penalty area. Kelly again delays the cross. I think that's it. England are trying to pick the perfect pass, and partly that's because Haiti are closing them down well. Kelly eventually does get the ball in, headed away before Russo can reach it. Cleared away out of the penalty area by Haiti. Ella Toon picks it up, almost loses out to Dumornay. Picked up by Jess Carter, stepping into that Haitian half, and out to the left-hand side. Now goes Lauren James. Infield to Kira Walsh. England leading by a goal to nil at the Women's World Cup. Grima's delivery, and Carly Teus watches it excellently under pressure from Russo and takes the catch cleanly once again.
Again, really great take from the Haitian goalkeeper. We had runners across. You know, when you have someone that crosses your vision, sometimes it makes you take your eye off the ball or second guess kind of the trajectory of it. But yeah, really clean take with a non-rushing Alessa Russo at that back post.
Millie Bright heads away for England. Here is Russo coming deep, chests and heads the ball down, looking fortune, but Haiti win possession. They've managed to keep Jimone quiet. I'm risking the commentator's curse, but that is what's happened over the last 10 minutes or so, and that's a positive for England. Jess Carter in possession. 15 minutes plus added time to play, and there will be a lot of added time. He had 9 minutes in the first half, although there were a couple of VAR decisions. As Haiti appeal for the free kick over on the far side, not given as the latest Mexican wave ripples around Brisbane Stadium. The ball is all the way back with Mary Earps.
Yeah, you know, I think we're obviously realising that there's slow and deliberate build-up from England, but it's with a purpose. The purpose of this possession is obviously to try and control the game and take some of the tempo away from Haiti.
Long ball over the top, well intercepted by Petty Frere, because Toon would have been in there otherwise. Leaves the ricochet because she knows she's offside. Lauren James does brilliantly, keeps it in down by the byline as that Mexican wave ripples past her. Brilliant turn by James past Petty Frere, digs the ball in. Good goalkeeping again by Teus, comes out to her near post and claims. Rachel Daly is preparing to come on for England. Alessia Russo has given the nod ahead of her for this match, but Daly is standing there with Serena Wiegman. 30 goals in 30 games for Aston Villa in all competitions this season. 22 in 22 in the WSL. Won the Golden Boot. Won the WSL Player of the Year. Every match she started at left back at the Euros, but she's a striker these days. Can she come on and get England this second goal as the attendance is announced here? 44,369. That's just about 5,000 or so shy of a sellout in terms of FIFA capacity for the Women's World Cup. But here comes that change. It's like for like. It's Russo off. It's Daly on. Karen Bardsley.
Yeah, I think this substitution will be interesting. It'll be crucial, really. I think Daly's going to come on and be absolutely chomping at the bit to get more balls in behind and chase down and create opportunities, not only for herself, but then for also her teammates as well.
So, 14 minutes plus added time to play. England still with the slender advantage over Haiti. The out-and-out underdogs in this group, which, if you look at the world rankings, as their manager Nicolas Delapine was saying, is the toughest group, really. We've got 3 teams ranked in the world's top 14, and then Haiti down in 53rd. They're still in with a chance in this match. Can England, the European champions, one of the big favourites for this Women's World Cup, see this game out or find that second goal that would just give them breathing space in doing so? Here is Ella Toon, midway through the Haitian half. Out to the right-hand side she goes, and Lucy Bronze picks it up, closed down by Mondesir. Lucy Bronze with a couple of 1-2s with Walsh, evades her, pulls it back to Jess Carter, stepping into the Haiti half. Out to the left-hand side, England go once more, and Greenwood plays it in field to Lauren James. Left-footed ball into the penalty area, but Teus is there again. She's been so dominant in the air, just catches so cleanly, really commands that penalty area as Haiti look to break. It's 2-on-3, good reading again of the situation by Carter. Wins the header, Bachibalui loses out. Here is Rachel Daly, first chance for her to get involved, and she forces the hurried clearance from Tabitha Joseph. It's straight out of play in front of the England dugouts, and England will have a throw midway through the Haiti half.
I'm mesmerised by Lauren James. I am. She's so technical, like, in her abilities. The ball just sticks to her feet like glue. I mean, there was a moment when she was 1v1 on this near side channel, and she rolled the ball with her underneath her boots, cut on the inside, took it on the outside of her foot, went inside and delivered across. Unfortunately, it was the one that obviously the Haitian goalkeeper took really nicely, but what a player she is.
So change for Haiti, Roselyne Eloissant, who's been playing for Nantes in the French second tier this season, is on for Roselyne Bourgella, their striker. Will she be able to combine as well with the rest of that front three, or will England be able to combine outside the Haitian penalty area? Bronze swings the ball in deep. Daly's in there, wins the header under pressure from Teus, spins away from goal rather than towards it. England will come again though as Haiti try and clear. Bronze picks it up to Walsh. Now Kelly whips the ball in right hand side. Tabitha Joseph misses the header, brought down on the edge of the area. Toon trying to work room for the shot. She's well ushered out of the box. Played forwards by Alex Green, got a little deflection, and Teus comes out again and claims relatively easily. It's still 1-0. There's 12 minutes plus added time to play. This is not done and dusted yet for England, and they know it.
No, absolutely not. But, you know, I think the impact of these two substitutions are really, really being felt now. We're seeing a lot of creativity out here on this near side flank from Lauren James, and that constant threat from Rachel Daly. Is she going to come short? Is she going to run in behind? Is she going to be that target? Is she going to be the hold-up for Ella Toon to play that ball in behind and have a runner? We're seeing a lot more switching of play. We're getting Chloe Kelly involved in the far side channel. So yeah, this is a lot more exciting and what we needed to see from this England side.
Brisbane Stadium raises its voice, and it's the England fans that are chanting. Lucy Bronze can't keep it out, keep it in on the far side. But again, as we look around, it is just packed with England fans, the red and white shirts and flags. Can England find the second goal? Or will Haiti find an equaliser? They have stayed in this match so well. Bathsheba Louis, who gave away that penalty, ridiculous handball in the first half, completely unnecessary. That's the difference at the moment. Stanway from the spot. As Mondesir turns into trouble, Toon will bring it away for England. Stanway has it now, midway inside the England half, as Lizzie Bronze just slows the play down. And are we seeing perhaps here, Karen, Haiti becoming a little tired?
Potentially, yeah. We're not seeing the same quality, they're not seeing the same speed and transition. I think there may be one or two moments at the start of the second half, you know, where we didn't see Haiti looking to sit into that mid to low block.
Here goes Stanway, feeds Kelly, right hand side. Oh, Kelly's done brilliantly into the penalty area, pulls the ball across and went for the shot, and it's straight into the arms of Curly Teus. But as we approach the final 9 minutes plus added time, England are suddenly taking a grip of this game.
Oh, Chloe Kelly has done so well to get on the end of that and take two players on, and you know, the opportunity was there for a cutback, maybe not a shot. That probably wasn't the best decision.
Chance for Haiti though. Mondesir into the penalty area, left hand side, pulls the ball across. Brilliant save by the feet of Mary Earps. Oh, that's absolutely outstanding. It was the substitute Rosaline Eloissant, brilliantly found by Mondesir, and that's a fabulous save by Earps. Danger not clear yet for England. Judy's ball into the area, and Earps grabs, and Earps drops to her knees inside the 6-yard box because she's kept England ahead in this game.
Vicky Sparks, that's absolutely massive. I mean, as the Haitian attacker slides inside, opens the goal up by cutting infield, looks to shape it around Mary Earps, and the huge left foot comes out. What a spread save that was from Mary Earps, and just forcing the ball out to the left-hand channel. What a fantastic save. That is a game changer right there.
That ball from Mondesir sliced England's defence apart, but then number one, as Karen Barsi says, was there. But again, the warning signs for England. This is not over. Could it be now? Kelly's ball, Daly's header. Teus' save once again.
It certainly opened up. This is exciting, maybe a little too exciting for the first game of a group stage. But no, this is really great stuff. Some good balls in from Chloe Kelly again. Rachel Daly is there. She's framed the goal. She's gotten on the end of it and forced a save. But again, just needs to test the goalkeeper, move her around a bit more in goal.
Daly brings the ball down midway through the Haitian half. Toon now picks it up as England advance with the white shirts. Chloe Kelly just gets a touch on it to stop the ball spilling out of play. Early ball in from Kelly, cleared away by Tabitha Joseph. Comes to Georgia Stanway, Earth to shoot, does shoot. Oh, it's a curler, or it's just wide. Just wide from Stanway. Well, we've seen her score some screamers. She slipped as she took it, and it's behind for a Haitian goal kick.
Yeah, she was just leaning back a little bit. I think she didn't quite get all of it, and she was on her way down, and the ball just kind of she didn't make the right connection, but just kind of drifted off to the left-hand side here, and again, another let off for Haiti.
So Denmark against China to come in England's group. We'll have updates for you on 5 Live. Earlier results today at the Women's World Cup. The USA, the defending champions, looking to win 3 in a row, winning 3-0 against Vietnam, and Japan 5-0 winners over Zambia, as Haiti win a free kick midway inside their own half. England leading by a 1-0. Let's head back to the Women's Challenge Cup semi-final. Another try, Matt Newsom.
Yeah, York have the advantage. They lead Saints by 8 points to 6. Tara Jane Stanley flicking on the afterburners, burned off the Saints cover on the right-hand side, but she missed her kick. 2 points in it. Saints 6, York 8.
Thanks, Matt. Haiti dispossessing Chloe Kelly midway through their own half. Kelly almost winning it back, but it's good play by Pierre-Louis. And they clear up towards the halfway line. England win the header out to the left-hand side. Alex Greenwood wins that header as well, and Lauren James will keep it in. Greenwood will play it back to Jess Carter, and field now to Kira Walsh on the halfway line. 6 minutes plus added time to play. England lead by a 0-0, but that huge scare, the fabulous save by Mary Earps from the substitute Rosaline Eloissant, who was brilliantly found by the captain Mondesir, again just shows England this game is not won. This 3 points are not secure yet, as Lauren James gives away the free kick midway through the Haiti half.
Yeah, that was a foul for me. I mean, you can see Ella Toon's hands up, and everyone's frustrated the fact that, you know, another foul hasn't gone England's way, but yeah, there was no attempt on the ball there. Maybe just to slow down the transition, so maybe it could be quite smart from Lauren James in the end. But I think Kira Walsh has done really, really well to kind of change the second half for England. She's managed to make herself more available, and she's found herself on the end of a lot more possession.
Yeah, but she's read that free kick well, wins the header. Lauren James plays it forward, sees Chloe Kelly in space, leaves it for Lucy Bronze. Kelly down that right hand side, lifts it forward looking for Kelly. Good recovery by Petitfrère, but won't keep the ball in, and it will be a corner to England, and they just need to try and take an opportunity from a set piece. England, the game is still in the balance. They still lead by a 0-0 on 5 Live and on the ABC across Australia. They have to win this opener. They're European champions. They're one of the favourites. Denmark and China on paper will be harder tests. They're expected to win the group, England. They've got to get 3 points here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's crucial.
So corner to be taken from the far side. Bright, one of the white shirts, on the move as Lucy Bronze wins the header. Georgia Stanway has a swing at it. Chloe Kelly will try and keep that in, but won't be able to do so, and the goal kick is given. You have to say, Lucy Bronze has won a lot of the first headers from set pieces, but it's always been back across goal to try and find a teammate, and it just hasn't quite come off for her.
Yeah, the second phase hasn't really been there on a lot of areas on the pitch tonight. I think, you know, the first phase, you know, the first contacts are there, obviously from the defenders, from the attackers on the set pieces, but in terms of the first and second balls, like the knockdowns, England have just been a little bit late, and maybe that speaks to why there hasn't been as much rhythm in the final third or in the midfield for England tonight. Here come Ella Toon as England steal it. Lauren James, though, is dispossessed, cleared away by Tabitha Joseph. And Alex Greenwood will tussle with Bachibalui, Haiti's top scorer, who's not really had the impact in the game that she would have wanted. And I'm not just talking about the ridiculous handball penalty she gave away. She's not really linked up with that front three. And you have to say Dumorne as well has really faded in the last 10 or 15 minutes, and the steam has gone out of the Haitian attack. But they have a free kick just inside their own half. Kathleen Louis, the centre half, will stand over it as Serena Wiegmann watches on the edge of her technical area. Louis' ball up towards Eloissant, cleared away overhead by Millie Bright, headed down by Rachel Daly. Good hold-up play from the England striker just inside her own half. Lauren James has it on the left-hand side, up against Bachibalui, the fellow number 7. And Louis looking tired here, but Lauren James again. There's so many times, you know, we know she can take players on, but she half goes and then she pulls it back. Yes, England, you know, if they see this out, it's 3 points. You know, they don't need to go hell for leather, but how they would love a second goal. Lucy Bronze ball into the penalty area. Tabitha Joseph with time to chest down and clear away. Thumping header by Millie Bright. Plays it forward to Bronze once more. 2.5 minutes plus added time to play. England 1, Haiti 0. Chloe Kelly, right-hand side, pulls the ball back to Bronze, swings it into the area. Brought down and laid off to Ella Toon, edge of the box, pulled back to Stanway, who lashes wide. Let's head back to the Women's Challenge Cup semi-final. Matt Newsom.
Yes, Saints 10, York 8. The pendulum swings back the way of the red V. It was a finish from Lucinda McColm out wide. Amy Taylor missed the kick. Saints 10, York 8.
Thanks very much, Matt. A reminder, we will have coverage from the Ashes, the 4th day of the 4th test, if the rain lets up at any points at Old Trafford. You'll be able to hear that over on 5 Sports Extra on this huge weekend of sports. And and we will have regular updates from the Open round 3 for you as well. Mark Chapman and the team taking over proper from 1 o'clock. And coverage of the final round as well on 5 Live. That begins at midday tomorrow. And do make us your place to go on a morning throughout the Women's World Cup. We have commentary live from Australia of every England match. Earliest kickoff is 9:30, so yeah, grab a cuppa, grab your breakfast option of choice and come and listen to us on 5 Live. All the reaction from the Women's World Cup as well on the Football Daily. We'll have interviews and reaction from games and the latest news from the tournament. Take us with us, take us with you wherever you go on BBC Sounds. You can download the Football Daily podcast and listen to Serena Wiegmann on Jill Scott's Coffee Club as well. England's in possession just outside the centre circle. 1 minute plus added time to play in this Women's World Cup opener. 1-0 they lead the World Cup debutants Haiti. The European champions labouring to the 3 points as it stands. But they are enjoying the bulk of possession here. Haiti are tiring. Kira Walsh is almost taken out by Mondesir, but just steps away from that and plays the ball out to the right-hand side. Bronte the ball in. Daly's in there. Haiti clear away, and El Wasson will pick it up. El Wasson, who's had that brilliant chance to equalise late on. Great save by Mary Epps, and here goes Dumornay. Good fit in by Carter, but Dumornay will pick it up. Force wide. What can the 19-year-old do? Dumornay still going. Brilliant challenge by Carter. Haiti get a corner, but that's outstanding defending. And I tell you what, centre half alongside Millie Bright, that was a position, big decision Serena Wiegmann had to make about it, and Carter has done outstandingly well there.
She really, really did. I mean, Dumornay had the better of her, you know, for a majority of that run. And I think she managed, Jess Carter manages to recover. She manages to frame the goal, understand where she is, and force the ball out wide. Manages to get herself between the goal and make a tackle. And what a block that was.
4 minutes at a time. I don't know how we've got that. We had 9 in the first half. Yes, there were VAR checks, but it's a normal amount.
I'll
tell you what, England will take it unless Haiti score from this corner, and they'll be desperate for more. Oh, we're just analysing the situation of the game. I'm not taking any responsibility. England needs to defend this. Haiti with the corner from the left-hand side. Mary Epps underneath it. Big punch out of the area. Good goalkeeping from England's number 1. Ball is looped back in from 20 yards out, and it's looped over the bar and to safety from an England point of view. El Wasson with the effort, but not troubling Earps in the way that she did when Earps made that brilliant save with her foot. And it is still England 1, Haiti 0. England goal kick. 3 minutes of added time to play. And Karen, nobody expected this to be this close.
No, absolutely not. No, not at all. I certainly didn't. I had an inkling that it would be competitive, but certainly not for this long either. I've been really, really impressed with Haiti. But I do have to say, I think the game has changed significantly since Borgella came off injured. That leadership role, that experienced head, just doesn't seem replaceable.
Yeah, but England are dominating possession. Will Haiti fashion one more chance? They're preparing to make another substitution as England work the ball out to the right-hand side. Here is Stanway, finds Chloe Kelly, closed down by El Wasson. Back to Stanway, in field now to Lucy Bronze. Well dispossessed on the edge of the area, and Dumornay will pick it up, and if they get one more chance and she's on the end of it, well, Haiti will fancy their chances. Ketna Louis loses out. Good challenge in the centre of the park for England. Good covering though by Tabitha Joseph. Plays the ball out to the right-hand side, goes down. Referee says no foul. It will be a throw to England midway through the Haitian half. And Haiti preparing to make their final change. And Bashira Louis, who gave away that penalty so needlessly in the first half, will be replaced by Darlena Joseph. And like Marisha Shiva in the opener against Australia for the Republic of Ireland, she'll be shaking her head, I'm sure.
Yeah, she'll be disappointed. I mean, it was a really, really strange decision. You can't even really argue that your hands were in a natural position unless you're playing basketball. But, you know, I mean, Haiti, to be fair, nearly got away with it as well, and it was down to Georgia Stanway to retake a penalty that had already been saved by the Haitian goalkeeper and really keep a cool head and manage to convert.
Haiti have won a free kick midway inside their own half. 90 seconds of added time to play. Dumornay is hauled to her feet by her teammate Shirley Judy. She's just got to be a little bit careful there, Stanway, already on a yellow card, but probably nothing more in it than a coming together. So Haiti with this free kick, midway inside their own half. Ketna Louis sends it long. They have to go long now. Millie Bright slightly awkwardly does manage to clear the ball away. Louis forward once more from inside her own area. picked up by Stanway, who whips it forward looking for the run of Chloe Kelly. It's all the way through to the Haitian goalkeeper, Kelly Teus, who under pressure from Rachel Daly picks the ball up. 45 seconds of added time to play. Is there time for one more Haitian attack, or are England going to see this one out? They lead by a 1-0 here on 5 Live and on the ABC across Australia. Haiti have won the ball, cleared up towards halfway. Greenwood anticipates well. They just need to hold on to it now, England. Played in field to Kira Walsh. Nicolas Delapine, the Haiti manager, is out to the edge of his technical area, gesturing his red-shirted players forward, and Jimone obliges, very calmly done by Millie Bry. Plays the ball to Alex Greenwood, and that is that. Cheers around Brisbane Stadium, the bulk of which is occupied by England fans, but a few sighs of relief, I'm sure, as well.
That was really weird.
Well, the referee is coming together here. Now, we thought that was the final whistle. What's going on here? Yeah. Well, England are saying, well, hang on. What's happening? The referee has the ball in her hands. I think she's given a drop ball to England, but it looks as though she's blown for full time there. Well, right, England have got a few more seconds to play. Oh, no, there we go. There we go. Now she blows for full time. Well, late drama at the end, but still, it is the same result. England up and underway in their Women's World Cup campaign. A 1-0 victory over World Cup debutantes Haiti. But my word, Karen Bardsley, they had to work for it. Haiti deserves so much credit from that performance. Goodness me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, at the end of the day, group stages, first game of the World Cup, you got to find a way to win. You got to get that result. Unfortunately, England have done that tonight. You know, could have been more, I'd like to say. We probably could have finished more opportunities in front of goal, lacking in that final third quality. Didn't quite have the rhythm, I think, that we were expecting to see in terms of build-up play going through the midfield. We had opportunities to overload the wide areas and get balls in. But yeah, that final conversion. But big difference in the second half when Lauren James came on. Rachel Daly made an impact, but perhaps it just wasn't long enough.
So Georgia Stanway's penalty is the difference. She had to retake it. Carly Teus, the Haitian goalkeeper, saved the first one but did come off her line, and you have to praise the coolness of Stanway to be able to keep her nerve, went the same way, went lower into the bottom corner. It was a very good second penalty.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, the first penalty that Georgia Stanway took was a good height for a goalkeeper. I think it was just around chest height. But still, I mean, the Haitian goalkeeper did really, really well. Obviously, stepped off the line in order to get there, but took a good angle. But the calmness and then the confidence, I guess, to go the same way, but on the ground and slightly more into the corner from Stanway was obviously the difference between a win and a draw tonight.
And she had a good game, Teus, but we have to praise Mary Earps. She didn't have too many crucial things to do, but she had a couple, particularly that save.
Huge save.
And the last stages from Eloissant with her foot, and a game-winning save in the end.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, with everything that's been swirling around goalkeepers over the last few days, that is why goalkeepers are important, and that's why they should be valued, because let's have it right, Mary Earps has kept England in the game tonight. I mean, to use your words, Vicky, what an exquisite save that was. It was absolutely beautiful, wasn't it?
She's helped them to 3 points. England get their Women's World Cup campaign 2023 off with a victory here on 5 Live. It finishes in Brisbane. England won, Haiti 0.
Yeah, Mary Earps has been a bystander, or was a bystander for most of that match, but that was a huge, huge moment by the England vice-captain. Former England defender Anita Asante is also with us. A question to all three of you, starting with you first, Anita. Did England underestimate Haiti, or were the Lionesses just not at it today?
No, I don't think they underestimated Haiti at all. I think they still need time to grow in this competition. It's the game, opening game. They need time to build. That's a back line that hasn't played consistently together, for example. And they didn't have the fluidity, but they definitely grew into the game, and they definitely created enough opportunities to warrant scoring more goals.
Yeah, I completely agree, Neats. I mean, great observation, obviously, about this team kind of chopping and changing its back line. And, I mean, you know just as well as I do how important those relationships are. But, yeah, I completely agree. Like, lots of opportunities created, not clinical enough in front of goal. But ultimately, I think Haiti really impressed a lot of people tonight.
I would completely agree. And thinking back, we can compare it to the victory that England got over Austria at the start of the Women's Euros, when again people were questioning the performance, and it was very much a case of job done in the end for England. I think the difference though is that in the build-up to this World Cup, England haven't been at their best. They only had the one friendly that we were able to see, the 0-0 with Portugal, which wasn't a great performance. Then they were 0-0 behind closed doors against Canada. Of course, no one's going to want to get injured in that game, and they had rolling subs, and you know that's all context. But you compare that with the Euros, they were so good in the friendlies building up to the Euros, and it very much felt the performance against Austria was deliberately a case of job done, dealing with that sellout crowd at Old Trafford, dealing with the pressures of being hosts in the European Championship and one of the favourites. Whereas this, the question will be, is this a continuation of the form that we've seen from England over the last month or so, albeit, as we say, they haven't played that many games, or, as Anissa says, and you say, Karen, is this a case of they're going to grow into the tournament? But it's a different platform that they're coming into this tournament on in terms of form.
Yeah, no, I completely agree in terms of, I do think they will grow into this game, but I think if you think about the build-up as well into this tournament, like, let's have it right, the Arnold Clark Cup, the opposition were not what we're used to seeing. So if you compare the build-up and the run-in to the Euros, it was completely different in terms of quality of opposition, in terms of consistency of fitness of players and availability and things like that. So, you know, we've had some key players retire from the Lionesses setup, and I mean, they don't leave small holes. Like Ellen White has left a very, very big hole, as for Jill Scott, etc., you know, but I think there's still a lot of things that the Lionesses can be really proud of today, and lots of positives that they can take away.
Anita, what positives do you take away from it then?
Well, I think, you know, they, like I said, they grew into the game, and when they found those moments to get into wide areas and put in dangerous balls into the box, that they managed to do that. The bit they were missing was the execution in front of goal and being clinical. They were committing numbers forward. They didn't shirk away from that. They had a lot of dominance down the right-hand side, especially through Lucy Bronze, who we know likes to get forward. So I think that's a positive. I think Daly coming in also had impact. You know, she gets on the ends of crosses. I think if she had a bit more time, who knows what she could have done. Lauren James coming in as well was the one player for me that found the switches of play, which they were lacking so much throughout the game, to utilise those overloads in wide areas a bit quicker. So I also think that's positive, knowing that, you know, she can utilise the squad in that manner. And of course, Mary Earps, you know, having the concentration she did throughout the 90+ minutes, when she didn't have a lot of work to do, for the most part, she pulled off some fantastic saves that were the difference.
As a defender, what did you make of the back line? It's a new look back line. Millie Bright, we know, hasn't played a competitive match since March as well. Did they make England fans a little bit nervous throughout that game?
Yeah, undoubtedly, I think they did, especially the opening minutes, you know, turning over possession to that forward line in terms of Dumounet when Millie Bright played that misplaced pass. But I think, like we said, she hasn't had a lot of game time competitively, and she needed those minutes to just find her feet and will grow into the team. And I think that combination of her and Greenwood, once they keep building on that relationship, will only get better and better. But, you know, I thought Jess Carter was really good in 1v1 situations, as we know she is. She's such a good 1v1 defender, and handled those situations against really dynamic forwards who are always trying to get in behind into that space. So, yeah, of course it wasn't the best performance, but this is the first game. They need to get all the cobwebs out, I think, and the nerves, and start to understand what they need from each other moving forward.
Vicky, during commentary, you said it wasn't convincing by England. I think the scoreline suggests that, bearing in mind Haiti are the lowest ranked nation in this tournament. Serena Wiegman said yesterday that no stone was left unturned in the build-up to this. We saw shots of her in those late stages of this match, and she did not look happy at all.
No, I don't think she did, and I think this is always the challenge, isn't it? I mean, we can praise how good Haiti were, because they really were, and it'll be fascinating to see if they can keep up this level of performance against Denmark and China as well. But how much of it is that England weren't at it as well? And, you know, I think it's a fair point that there will be cobwebs, there will be a bit of rustiness, but it's deserved for England. But had Haiti found a way to get an equaliser, they would have felt that was deserved as well, because of the clear couple of chances they had, and particularly in the first half. You know, they really took the game to England.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of Haiti and their ability to kind of, essentially, it felt like they were man marking Keira Walsh at times, in terms, maybe not literally, but you know, they've made it really, really difficult for her to get on the ball and distribute and progress the ball forward. And you can see in the warm up in the pre-match, like they were working on midfield transitions, and they were working on shifting the ball across and creating really, really small, short passes to kind of link play up. And we just didn't see them having the opportunity to do that, because Haiti were constantly pressing them, and making them really difficult. And I think, you know, Neats, to your point as well, when Lauren James came on, she had the ability to dribble a little bit more and take people on and start to unlock that mid to low block that we saw. And I think we needed to see that more. And I expected maybe Ella Toon to kind of do that a bit more, to see Georgia Stanway maybe do that a bit more. But, you know, one step at a time, right?
Yeah, a lot of credit has to go to Haiti. I'd agree with you both. I think, you know, we need to remember that a lot of those attacking players play in the top division in France as well. They have a lot of quality going forward and have shown how dangerous they can be in the counter-attack. And nullifying Keira Walsh for the most part was really effective in terms of their game plan, because she is, I think, the sort of composer in the England team in possession to get us from defence to attack.
We can see Serena Wiegman carrying out her media activities on the pitch, so hopefully we'll hear from her shortly with Gary Flintoff in the tunnel. Just on social media, some reaction to England's performance. Patrick, first of all, Haiti are a decent side, but he says there are so many issues with this Lionesses team, especially in that final third. Sophie says playing nervous football, England, lack of cohesion, lack of composure with and without the ball. And just to pick up on what Tim is saying, England are missing Leah Williamson's leadership, composure, distribution and link-up play in the middle park. And we'll hold that thought there, because Gary Flintoff is in the tunnel.
Thank you, Juliet. Yes, joined by the England goalkeeper Mary Earps, once again called upon to save the day. What did you make of the performance overall, first of all?
A bit of a mixed bag. I thought that we had moments where we connected really well, but I think there's a few kinks still to work out. I think we could have dominated the game better than what we did, and they had a lot of moments in transition which caused us issues, because they're very, very quick as a team.
Did they surprise you in any way?
No, not surprised. We were prepared for that, but I just don't think we executed as well as what we could have. We knew that would be the threat on the counter, but I don't think we handled it as well as what we should have, really.
People know what you're capable of. They've seen what you're capable of. When you were faced one-on-one, how confident were you?
I'm not even thinking about how confident I am. I'm just thinking about let's try and keep this ball out the back of the net. It's obviously really tough when you're 1v1 and the striker's got the ball at their feet, but tried to make myself as big as possible and just keep the team in the game, really.
And in the end, it is a crucial moment in the game. As you say, you created opportunities, you created chances, maybe not so many clear-cut chances, but without that save, you go away from today's game with only a point.
Yeah, I mean, the win's the most important thing. You know, we're in a results business, and to win your first game of the group is really important. It puts us in a good place, but for sure there's plenty that we need to review and reflect on, because we set ourselves a higher standard than that.
Well played today.
Thank you very much, appreciate it. Good to see you.
Interesting that from Mary Earps, saying a bit of a mixed bag. Tick, a few things to work out. Tick, didn't deal with it or handle it as well as we could. Tick. Vicky.
Yeah, I think that's a really fair assessment. I thought she spoke really well there, Mary Earps, and you know, it goes back to what you were saying, Anita, that you know, it's kind of blowing away the cobwebs sort of thing. I guess the thing is that's fair enough to say. However, there's only so many games to do that. We're into a tournament. They have got the win. That's the biggest thing. That is something they can build on. As we say, Denmark ranked 13th in the world, China ranked 14th in the world. They will, on paper, be tougher tests, but maybe Haiti can do something against them, given the performance that we've seen tonight. But it's a spot kick penalty that's retaken. The coolness of Georgia Stanway has to be praised, and yeah, job done, I think. And we move on from it as England did against Austria in the Euros, and hope that it will prove a similar platform to build on.
We are going to hear from Alessia Russo soon. So, Anita, do you just want to react to what Vicky was saying there in that Mary Earps interview, if you can, quickly for us?
Yeah, no, I think she was spot on with her assessment. They know that. They know now what they need to do in order to step up and analyse and improve on that performance. But ultimately, they've got the win. That's the most important thing from the match.
Quickly, we can talk about Tim's point he was saying about Leah Williamson, suggesting that perhaps England are missing the leadership, composure, distribution and that link-up play in the middle of the park. Vicky?
Yeah, I think leadership, I think Millie Bright gives that. Distribution, I think, is the key thing. Leah is such a good ball-playing centre-half, and Millie's distribution is very good as well, particularly the balls over the top. But because Leah's spent so much of her time playing in midfield as well as at centre-half, I think she's able to step up into the midfield and, come alongside Kira Walsh at times and find those passes, not just the crossfield balls that I think Bright is excellent at, but also the deliveries that slide through and allow Kira Walsh then to slot through.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we all know that the passing range of Leah Williamson is exquisite, and the confidence that she has to be comfortable in the midfield as well. And yeah, I think that's kind of why I think I was surprised to see Alex Greenwood start on the left. In the composure that she has, the experience that she has.
Gary, Alessia Russo is alongside you there.
She is indeed, Juliet. So then, what did it mean to get the nod today in terms of the start?
Yeah, I mean, I love every time I get to play for England, so to play in a World Cup was really special, but the competition's so high and every player on this team is so important to this squad, so we know that, and yeah, lots to build on today, and we're already getting ready for Denmark.
Interestingly, Mary Earps said lots of good things today. Some things that require a little bit of work and perhaps a little bit of rustiness as well. What was your assessment?
Yeah, I think definitely things to build on, but the most important thing in tournament football is getting the 3 points, and that's what we did tonight. Mary came out with some great saves as well, so I think it's all about peaking at the right time, and I think that, yeah, it's momentum now going forward. We've got the first game done, we're in the tournament now, we'll reflect on it, we'll learn, and we'll be better against Denmark. In that first game, when does that kick in? Well, obviously you want to play good football, you want to play your best football, but at what point in the game do you just think, actually, we just need to win this game? I think going into every game we know that we just need to win the game, but obviously we hold ourselves to high standards that we want to win as well as perform at a really high level, and I think there was moments of that tonight, but definitely things to work on, and we'll reflect on it going forward and work hard in training and be ready for next week. Just finally, will your coach be happy off the back of this performance, or is she never satisfied? She's a winner, so she's always pushing us, but I think, yeah, ultimately 3 points is most important in tournament football. That's what counts, so yeah, it's positive, but there's lots to come. Well done today. Thanks for your time. Thank you.
Alessia Russo there talking to Gary Flintoff. Again, a similar message, lots to build on, and the key message, I guess, peaking at the right time, Vicky.
Yeah, they did that, didn't they, throughout the Euros, and I think they will hope to do that. Listen, I don't know how much we can read into this individual game in and of itself. I think the wider conversation will be about the form going into the World Cup as well, and that's why I think there will be more questions after this performance than there were after the Austria game, because they came off some brilliant performances, and then it was a case of yes, certainly job done at Old Trafford. So but they're being very honest about it, they're being upfront about it, and I'm sure internal conversations will happen. But listen, we know this England side is packed full of talent. We know these players can connect better. We know that they can put in a better performance. Nobody is saying that they're not capable of doing this, and there's a reason why they're one of the favourites at the World Cup. I don't think this performance undermines that standing. They just need to reach those levels that they know they can reach, and they need to get into gear quickly.
Yeah, Vicky, I think they do have a lot, to come, and I think I really love the fact that, I mean, maybe in previous years, we'd bash the players for saying, like just batting things away and not kind of addressing the fact that, maybe this performance wasn't up to the standards we're used to seeing. But no, they've taken it on the chin and said, listen, we hold ourselves to higher standards. It's positive, but and there's more to come. We'll learn, reflect, and we'll be better when we face Denmark, when we face China. And, hearing Mary Earp say, we've got kinks to work out, she answered the question around, had the team kind of not prepared as well against Haiti, but no, they did. It's just like we didn't execute as well as we could have. And this is the thing, like, now and we've known a bit. Some of the performance questions have been answered, like who's going to go where, what's their performance going to be like. But now we just know in terms of the technical execution, and that can be put right. That can be put right on the training pitch.
Here's a question for you both, Karen and Anita. Is this then the starting lineup for the World Cup? Because Sarina Wiegman named the same starting lineup from the first group stage match right through the final, the first manager to do that at a men's or women's Euros. Is this now the starting lineup for the next game against Denmark and the game against China?
For me, no. I mean, because I think it's based on the opposition as well. I mean, yes, there is a confidence in Sarina's squad, in the Lionesses, in terms of, what team she wants to put out, what they're capable of doing, what abilities she has in certain positions and how they're going to execute them, etc., and for the game plan. But, these are different opponents that, maybe England haven't faced for the likes of Haiti, etc., and they will pose different performance problems. And she has a versatile squad filled with loads of different capabilities and technical abilities. So based on what it is that she needs, I think she understands, yeah, she's got an idea of who she wants, but I do think there will be changes that perhaps we haven't seen in the past.
Yeah, I would agree with Karen, because I think she will look at this performance and think, this is not exactly the performance I wanted to see. She will base her next team definitely based on the opposition and the areas they want to exploit. But she'll also assess, what players were able to come in and execute the things and the changes that we needed to impact the game. And I think she will base it on those decisions.
Can we talk about Georgia Stanway just for a few moments? The composure of her to take that penalty again and score it, going the same way as well. And from Opta, the stat that Stanway is the first player for the Lionesses to score from the spot since Nikita Paris against Scotland in June 2019. That's 4 years ago.
Yeah, the World Cup has just not been a good penalty place for England. Yeah, no World Cup penalty since that game against Scotland, because England missed the next 3 penalties at World Cup 2019. But, she usually shoulders that responsibility so well. And we have to say, Stanway will say, look, the keeper saved it because she was off her line. If she's not off her line, then she's not saving that. So I think that potentially does give you confidence, perhaps, as a penalty taker, if you know that actually you can say that to yourself. Look, the only reason, whether she did or not, the only reason she saved it is because she came off her line. But yes, very cool to slot it home.
And Karen, she could have gone the other way for the retake, but she didn't.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to say around, again, we're talking about learning opportunities through the lens of a win, right? If that didn't go in, and we ended up having a draw and having this conversation, it would have been a little bit different in terms of the penalties and the approach and things like that. But fortunately, we did get, the penalty went in, we did get the 3 points. But yeah, in terms of the composure from Georgia Stanway to back herself enough, it says a lot about her and her preparation. And again, she will know that height is a good height for goalkeepers to save, and so going forward it's going to have to either be top bins or right in the bottom corner.
She was saying post-match that she has this process that she goes through, and while she was tempted to go down the other side for that retake, she just had to trust herself. And she said the first penalty was a really good save that the keeper made, and she was lucky that the keeper was off her line. Just going back to that Alessia Russo interview, she had some really good chances in the first half, well, especially in the second as well. But when Rachel Daly came on, because we had that great debate, didn't we, at Milton Keynes, because Rachel Daly started that match, the number 9, and we all thought she's got the nod. But clearly, Sarina Wiegman had other plans. What did she do in those 30 minutes to sort of push her place in the starting 11?
Oh, wow. I mean, again, I think the players that Sarina Wiegman selects is based on, again, the opposition and how she chooses to exploit them. And I think, you know, how she probably saw tonight going was maybe Alessia Russo dropping in a little bit deeper to connect to the midfield, but because the build-up wasn't quite there, they had to go a bit wider, and then Alessia became kind of the target. And I do think, you know, Rachel Daly is a very, very good target player. She usually stays a bit more central. She's not, you know, afraid to get on the end of a ball with her head, but neither is Alessia Russo. It just, in terms of like pressing and the aggressiveness and the willingness to run, I think Rachel Daly does add something slightly different, but you know, Alessia Russo brings her build-up play, so it just depends. Like, if it breaks down before it even gets to her, it's not really her fault.
Can we talk about Haiti as well? Because I think it's fair to say if there were 11 Jamornes on that pitch, it would have been a completely different scoreline.
Yeah, and I think what was really impressive is that if we're comparing them to England, who, as we say, just still needs the cobwebs to blow away and a few things to work out, Haiti understood each other. Defensively, they were a unit. Offensively, they were a unit. Dumornay, as you say, was outstanding, but Bourgella as well, and the captain, Mondesir, when those three went forward, particularly in the first half, they looked so dangerous. And of course, they had that huge chance with Alwassant at the end, with Mondesir, brilliant through ball, slicing that England defence apart, and the fabulous save made by the foot of Mary Earps. So I think they have to have so much credit. 49 places below England on their World Cup debut. They look like they belong on this stage. Very much so.
Anita, was that what it is? Vicky's just said they had an understanding that the Haiti players amongst each other. Is that what was lacking perhaps with the Lionesses?
Yeah, definitely. I think Haiti, you could tell that they are a well-drilled side, you know, very organised. They were working hard together in packs, 2 or 3, to try and press and disrupt England's momentum. They were really good in moments when to stay on the ball, when to release the pass, playing direct into the forward line and then making runs forward, which is always hard to defend against when you know you've got to run backwards towards your own goal. I think England really struggled because even though they could enjoy building out from the back, because they had the time, they only had one forward really pressing them, they didn't utilise and find Kira Walsh. And that's probably credit to Haiti, who were able to, you know, sort of stop her arriving into spaces that she likes to receive the ball in. And they just didn't have the rhythm, but they also forced a lot of things, in my opinion, down one channel instead of finding the switches early to really capitalise on pulling Haiti across into one area of the pitch to then exploit them in the space.
I think rhythm is a really key word there, Anita, because, of course, you know, so many of these players know each other so well, and I think at times we did see good connections. But just picking up in the second half, for example, when Lauren James came on, there was almost a disconnect between what James was doing down the left-hand side and what Kelly was doing down the right-hand side, which isn't necessarily an issue. But given that England wanted this second goal to see the game out, James would tend to, you know, run forward and then slow play down and check back. And Kelly, every time she got it, was trying to go down and overlap with Bronze and whip the ball in quickly. And so the momentum shift from left to right for England, almost they were kind of playing at 2 different speeds. And I don't know, maybe tactically that's kind of what they wanted to do. But so often when you see England at their most dangerous, it's Lauren Hemp flying down one wing, Chloe Kelly flying down another wing, striker in the centre, would have been Ellen White at the Euros, or Alessia Russo, you know, and then you have, if it is fizzed across from the left and comes across to the right, the 2 wingers are on the same wavelength, as it were.
I think there are moments where the whole point is to kind of change the tempo as well, because, you know, if Chloe Kelly is going to slow down play, it's for a purpose. It's to try to draw, you know, across another England player to go and help connect. It could be Ella Toon, it could be Georgia Stanway, it could even be Kira Walsh or perhaps Alessia Russo, to kind of, you know, create those overloads and create those gaps. So the purpose of the possession is to create the gaps in the opposition. And the problem for me that I saw tonight was the execution. The quality that we're used to seeing wasn't there. So like everything in the build-up on the whole was more or less there, except for that final pass. But you also don't want wing play, or you don't want too many players on the pitch that are too similar, you know, so they're going to want to complement each other. You get one threat down the left, a different type of threat down the right. But again, for me, it just came down to the execution tonight.
We are hoping to hear from Serena Wiegmann before we go to the third round of the Open at Royal Liverpool. Captain Millie Bright talking post-match tonight here after England's 1-0 win over Haiti, saying that Haiti are a really challenging team, Anita, and she believes probably should be ranked higher.
I mean, it's a fair assessment based on today's game. They definitely showed lots of quality. I think all of us were breathless at times the way they were playing in transition. And if they, managed to find that kind of clinical finish, it would have been a different game. If they had scored first, who knows? They definitely are a challenging team because they're dynamic, they're super quick, they commit when they're going from defense to attack in transition, and they believe in what they do and they stick to that, and they didn't really detract from the way they started the game to the way they finished the game.
And I know you've had a really, really, really long day because you watched the USA earlier on beat Vietnam 3-0. Are they still the favourites? What did you make of that performance? It sounded pretty clinical, pretty comfortable.
Actually, I think the USA is almost a similar, storyline, if you like, to the Lionesses. They weren't, necessarily in sync and had the fluidity we expected to see, but they also had a lot of youth in this side with not as much experience at this stage. But a very professional performance. They got the win. They scored goals. Sophia Smith, a 22-year-old, popped up with two really important goals for them, and she showed that she was confident and composed in those moments. So yeah, I think they're still strong favourites, and they'll still believe that they are, that they're the title holders that everybody's chasing.
Anita, we'll leave it there because we can now hear from Serena Wiegmann, and she's talking to Gary Flintoff.
Serena, there were times today we saw your face on the big screen, you looked like you were happy. There were times today when we saw your face on the big screen, you didn't look particularly happy. Would that pretty much sum up your emotions this evening?
Yes, it was a tight game. So, of course, I'm very relieved we won 1-0. That's the most important thing. I think Haiti gave us some problems. I think we would have made it ourselves a little easier if we would have scored a little earlier. Or the second one, most of all. So yeah, there were some good moments in the game, but there were also good moments in the game that we could have prevented. So maybe that's what you saw on my face.
Yes, how concerned were you on a few occasions when you were quite wide open at the back?
Yeah, of course we attack a lot. We have many people in front of the ball. That's what, that's also what the opponents of us know. And we knew that they were very dangerous in their attacking transitions, or our defensive transitions. And that's really what they showed. And what we tried to do, of course, is to be tight on the ball and create chances and don't lose the ball at moments that they can really get out of there real quickly. So they did have those moments, and that made it hard for us at times.
In terms of the character, though, shown by your side, first of all, Georgia Stanway, first penalty's saved. Quite rightly, it's taken again. How much character did she show at that moment?
Yeah, I think she did, but I also think the whole team did, because as we said too, Haiti is a team that we've never played against. We had very well prepared, but they were unpredictable and they were very transitional and also off the cuff, so that's hard to play against. And although that was hard, we got the penalty. And the second time, yes, G showed lots of resilience and just focus. Okay, I'm going to score that second one. But also we played better the second half. And I think at the moment we got rhythm in the game and we got more control. And it looked like we were going to score the second goal. Then they had this very dangerous counterattack. So then again we were out of the rhythm. So yeah, it's good it's done. 3 points. Next one is Denmark.
Just finally, you talk about Haiti being unpredictable. Mary Earps, very predictable. How much confidence did you have in her as the player went through one-on-one?
Well, first, most of all, she has confidence and she's very accountable. And she had some very crucial saves. That's also one of the reasons that we won this game.
You'll sleep well tonight. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
think we'll all sleep well tonight, especially Anita. She's had a massive long shift in Salford. Anita, I think Serena Wiegman summed that up for everybody, every England fan. It's good, it's done.
Yeah, she described herself as being relieved, which is, I think we all feel, definitely a tight game. She talks about Haiti obviously being unpredictable and off the cuff, which I think they really were, and they were really good in those transition moments. But I think for England, they'll have to realise going forward that they've got to be always switched on and alert, because you just don't know what you could face when you play teams like that who are so dynamic in those transition moments. And I think one of the areas that they really struggled with at times was recognising, when to stop it at source and when to drop as a unit and pressure cover to just try and nullify those spaces where they transition quickly from defence to attack. But if they can shore up in those areas, I still think England, when they get to rhythm and control, can be frightening in attack.
Anita, thank you for joining us. We'll speak to you again soon.
Thank you for having me, guys. Have a good one.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Vicky, I think that's it. We're hearing a lot of the words rhythm and control, and you kind of sense that frustration from Serena Wiegman and from Mary Earps and Alessia Russo, who we heard from as well. But the disappointment you can hear in their voices too. There's a lot of work to be done before Denmark.
Yeah, and I think that's it, like rhythm. I think, as you say, Jules, it's interesting that Serena Wiegman used that word as well. And, they won't be panicking. They won't be feeling, that this is going to define their tournament. But it's, like you say, there is work that needs to be done. And that goes back to the issues that we knew they had coming into this tournament. The questions over that clinicalness in front of goal, the debate over the back line, which wasn't... it was tested at times in terms of the clearness of the chances that Haiti had, and it held its own in the end and kept the clean sheet, but needed that fabulous save from Mary Earps to do so. And she also saved well from Demornier, didn't she, in the first half? So yeah, there is certainly work to do for England, but I don't think the Lionesses will be panicking. It's job done, it's 3 points, it's off to a winning start, and it's on to Denmark and China.
Oh, it's hard to follow that up, Vicky, but yeah, I think the girls will all take away the fact that they